running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies. And there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be. You need to walk into a situation where you've been locked up and tied up and tangled up and say, let there be light, let there be healing, let there be books, let there be change in this city. You have tried 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different things. Each you worked on 90 days or so and then said it doesn't work. How can you be a leader with a 90-day test? Of course it didn't work. You didn't stick to it long enough. You didn't fight hard enough. You didn't do what it took to win. And rather than to correct it and get it right, you walked away from it and tried something else. And for the last 10, 15 years of your life, you've been on the run from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, trying to make all this stuff work. Stop it. Stand still. You have to have the courage to live with the pressure and the criticism. New levels bring new devils. You have to be tough. You have to be tough to be able to stand it. It's tough for keeping your kids encouraged while you secretly worried to death yourself. It's tough for getting ready for a birthday and don't have a birthday gift. It's tough of not being able to get the light bill paid and the water bill paid. It's tough. But what do we do with these moments? Do we just have them and go back home and wait for the next one? Almost like junkies getting a fix or smokers smoking a cigarette? Are we just habitually addicted to moments without being able to take that moment and use it strategically to do something in our lives? You do not have to accept it the way it is. Somewhere down inside of you there is creativity. We've got to break out of the barriers and the limitations and get outside of the box. Something is about to happen in your life. You've got to take it one day at a time. And when you get to the end of the day, you say, I'm not finished, but I've done everything that I was supposed to do for that day, for that time, for that season. Your season is shifting. You will be able to do now in a way that you have never been able to do it before. You haven't sung your best song. You haven't preached your best sermon yet. You haven't thought your greatest thought. You haven't written down your greatest idea. You haven't dreamed your best dream. Maybe you haven't laughed your best laugh. You haven't had your greatest day yet. It's somewhere inside of you. You're a miracle looking for a place to happen. You have got all kinds of things locked up inside of you that are about to come forth for such a time as this. The time is right. The stage is set. The conditions are in order. And something awesome is about to happen in your life. Don't let anybody tell you you're too young. Don't let anybody tell you you're too old. Don't let anybody tell you you're fitted. Every day you wake up in the morning, it's a sign the best is yet to come. This is my moment, and I am determined to live it. The mind is the battleground. The fight is in your mind. Are you ready for the next level? What are you going to do with the time you have left?
It's Chai Keys on the beat.
Are y'all ready now? Skibidi bamba. Na 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 na. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Jehovah Obadu. Papa, you too good. Jehovah, you too good. Papa, you too kind. Miracle working God, give you all the praise, give you all the glory. You alone deserve it. You put my enemies under my feet. Because I have you, I face no defeat. Higher and higher, I give you the praise and I give you the honor because you're the king. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Yeah, you love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Oh, Babadu. Babadu. Papa, you too good. Jehovah, you too kind. See the things that you done for me. Papa, you too kind. Yeah.
The good things when you they do. You just tap on my hand, Baba me, on the many blessings you bless me. I cannot tell it all. I thank you. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory, Lord. You know. You love me personally. Testimony. You get the glory, Lord.
Can you guys hear me? Honey, you muted. You need to unmute. Josephine, you gotta unmute yourself. Let me see if I can. Okay, I can unmute you. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Still
Jojo,
muted.
you are still
I'm
muted.
still muted.
Can't hear you now.
Oh. Okay. So good morning, Benjamin. Thank you. He said there was no audio, there was no sound. Good morning, ladies. How y'all doing? How's everything?
You still got me muted.
No, I can hear you, Jojo. I can hear you. Jojo, you just muted yourself. Unmute yourself. I don't have control over it. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's not allowed.
Okay, now. Okay, let me see something. Yeah, you okay, Jojo? Don't touch it. Go back. Unmute. There you go. Unmute yourself again, Jojo. There you go. You're fine. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. All our viewers in TV land. How you guys doing? Jojo, you muted yourself again. You need to unmute yourself, Jojo. Okay, let me see. Hold on. I can't. You have to unmute yourself. It has to be unmuted from your side. Okay. You okay now?
She's still muted. She has to unmute. You have to unmute. Okay.
So, guys, how y'all doing? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Honey Bunch. Good morning, Jojo. When I honey on the platform, yeah, we don't change our name like that. On the platform, if you Honey Bunch, you Honey Bunch.
Really? Okay.
If you Jojo, you Jojo. We don't change our name like Naka or Paulina boys. And what made you a boys?
Boys Harris. Boys Harris, I know, right?
Mr. Harris, where are you?
We can always pass on there sometimes. Say, oh, really? Okay. No, I say, I tell you, say, baby.
So, good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you guys. I apologize for last week to our fans and everybody for the inconvenience. People were like, Muku, no show today, but we're back and we're back with a hot topic. I remember posting this on Facebook, and Paulina Boy said to an extent. I'm like, what extent? So, our topic today, well, anyway, I'm here, Muku, your host. Our viewer, don't forget to say hi to us where you're viewing us from your time zone. And if you want to be a part of this conversation, just let us know. We definitely will send you the link to join. So I'm your host, Muku, and we have our two beautiful ladies here as well. Paulina,
I'm Jojo.
Hi,
I'm
everyone.
Jojo. How you
Yeah.
guys doing? Forgive me. I'm out of state again. Forgive me. I was trying to find somewhere that you guys can hear me from. I hope you guys can. You hear me?
we can hear you, Jojo, loud and clear.
All right.
Honey, we're waiting for you to do your introduction.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, everyone. Honey, here. Thanks for having me on this morning, Muku and Joe. Appreciate it. Exciting topic, and I'm waiting for us to dip into this topic and see our different views on it.
Yes, it's a very interesting one for me. The question is, will you date somebody that my grandmother used to say, way yonder older than, or will you marry somebody that you are older than? For me, I don't think it's a problem because I have been, being on the internet and, going through different profiles and, doing some research. There are a lot of people out there who have relationships where the women are older. I don't see the problem with it. And a lot of times men are way older than the wives anyway, but people feel it's okay for the man to be way older than his wife, but the wife should not be older. African people, let's say our African people think it's a problem when the woman is older than the man. But I don't think it's a problem. Love covers everything. I know honey said to an extent, but I would just give her, you know, the platform to talk about whatever. So that's the topic. Let's dive into the topic. And guys, if you want to be a part of this conversation, don't hesitate to call us and tell us you want to come on, comment hi, and let us know where you from. So ladies, I'll mute myself and I turn the platform over to either one of you who wants to come in now.
Jojo, you can go.
Well,
It
I
doesn't.
don't think it is a problem for me. I when the Well, now we're talking about just the ladies. The men when it's okay, people think it's okay, and the ladies, people think it's not okay. I think it's okay, but for the 20 range, I don't want someone in their 20s. As for me, I don't think I want to date someone in my 40s, almost approaching. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
You guys can hear me?
Loud and
yes.
clear, Jojo. We can hear you loud and
Okay.
clear.
So for me, I would not want to date someone I'm way older than like 5 years. I would not want to do that, but I don't think it's a problem. And I'm in my 40s, late 40s, approaching my 50 pretty soon. I don't want to date someone lower than 35 or 38. But for us, for me to speak for us now, I'm 48, almost approaching 50. I'm rather thinking about it now. I'm coming to, I will soon be already single lady. I'm thinking, should I rather date someone in her 50? Can they rather keep up with me? I've been thinking about it. So, I've been thinking maybe I should get someone I older than to see if they can keep up with me. Because I'm
No.
approaching my 50. Can the men in their 50s catch up with me? I think I want to date someone in her 40, 45, 38, starting from 38. I've already been thinking, honestly, I don't think But if that's the question, I don't think it's a problem. Just you just have to look at that age gap now. Don't just someone you where as a lady, someone you 20 years older than 40 years older than. I don't think so. But like I say again to the guys, they're always in my inbox. When I'm ready to date, you guys start thinking about it. If you are someone in your 50, can you really keep up? Or else, I'd rather take people in that 45, 40, 38, 39 in that range. I'd rather thinking about enjoying myself at this age. I give it, I pass it over to one of you guys, but I don't think it's a problem. Just I don't think the 10 years older than the guy, as a lady older than the guy, 10 years, 30 years. I think that's just too much for me. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and I said to an extent for a reason. You just don't want to marry someone who's very immature, because when it comes to the intellectual part of your relationship, you guys cannot understand. How that person won't be able to understand or comprehend where you're coming from. So many a times, if you date someone like within your age group, I mean, maybe like 5 years older,
Yep.
maybe a year or two younger. There's nothing wrong with it. For me, it's 10 years difference between me and my husband. I've always liked my man to be older than me. For some, I never got along with a guy who was in my age group, or I don't think I never even dated someone under me. I'll be 44 in September. So my husband is going to be 55. So there you have it. I mean, and it's so much better. I mean, the communication. He even has improved me in my way of communicating, in my way of dealing with people. You want to date somebody who is going to help build you up, who is going to help you grow, right? Not someone who's going to be thinking and insecure and bring you a lot of stress in the relationship. Because if you marry a younger guy and you're a very beautiful woman, or vice versa, that immature partner is going to have a problem if you were, to speak to other people within his age group, because he's going to be thinking, oh, okay, you know, oh, she got me. I'm younger than her. I'm 10 years younger than her. Look at her flirting with that guy my age. He's going to think it's something you like doing, but in the meantime, that's not what it even is. You just want to socialize and get to know people. So I feel like, to an extent, it's okay if the couples have that understanding. If you are compatible, compatibility in a relationship pays and says a lot. We just don't want to jump into relationships and we are not compatible with our spouses. Now, when we link it to the Bible, where the Bible tells us to not be unevenly yoked, there's a whole lot of areas where you can look into that unevenly yoked, perspective from the Bible. Because if you don't have somebody who knows stuff, there's no wisdom, no discernment that's going to be applied. You understand? So that's why I said to an extent.
Well, I have to come in when it comes to that. All of you guys, I'm not going to dispute your view because everybody's entitled to their view. For me, I don't see problems looking around us and the world that we live in. And so let me just set an example, and nobody should tell me because it's a celebrity, right? So let's talk about Nick and Jennifer Lopez. 20 years different. Those people had a beautiful marriage. And then, even though we know celebrity marriage ends, she have had two children. She didn't have to do no whatever. She had a sexual intercourse with her husband and had children. And I was going on Facebook and I saw celebrities in Africa, women in Africa that are 15, 20 years older than their husband. Honey, let me address your concern with immaturity, and let me address your concern with being unequally yoked when it comes to the Bible. I don't think the Bible referred to age when it comes to being unequally yoked. There are young guys out there that are even more respectful, more matured than even the older guys. There are
Fact.
guys, there are young guys out there who knows what they want. They're not even coming to you. You know, some people will say, "Oh, older a younger guy will want to date somebody who's older because he don't want to take care of a younger person." But I have seen, I know people who are married and they are older than their spouse, but their marriage are perfect. Then the men that are way older than their wives, 20 years, 10 years, and they are so immature. They do not give their wife the attention. There are young boys out there who cherish their wife and marry their wives for who they are. And there's great understanding and great agreement. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, with conversation that I have with people, with things, interaction that I have had with people, there are young guys that you did 5, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and they still love and respect you. And there are young guys who have the fear of God in them, that they value their marriage. They know that when they are married to you, they are married to you regardless of the age. I think I will agree with you when you say out of extent. Well, if you meet a younger guy and you know you may be about 7 years, 6 years, 10 years older than them, there's a conversation that needs to go on here. Well, you want me. Oh yes, age don't matter. You know, I know people who marry whatever. So then we talk about the reproduction part of it. If you meet a young guy who does not have children and want children, and you're capable enough, you're a woman, you having your menses, you're capable enough to have a child. Women have children in their 50s, and nobody will tell me, say, what are you talking about? America, no. I know Olivia Shannon in Liberia. She was 50 years old when I was young. She had a child at the age of 50. You understand? I'm just saying these things. So when you talk about at an extent, if you know that you are not in the position to bear children at your in your 40s, in your late 30s, or whatever, you bring that to the table and it becomes an understanding. You understand? Let's talk about the previous conversation we had about this guy not being able to sexually please his wife in bed. That was a deception because he did not tell his wife, "Oh, I love you. We're going to get married. We are co-shipping. We're going to be dating. But unfortunately, I won't be able to satisfy you sexually, intercourse. But I will do other things, to quench your sex drive." Okay, so once you bring those things to the table and the man agree and you guys start to move on, that's it. Or maybe you can say, "Okay, I can give you one, I can give you two if you can, if you feel your body can take it at a certain age." So for me, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. Once I know there are some women who date young men, but one thing I would tell you, if I am dating a young man or going to get married to a young man, somebody who are older than, I'll just make him to know and understand. Listen, I'm not coming into this relationship or marriage because I want a sex champion. No. And I believe women in their 30s, women in their 40s, they're not going because they want sex. They want to settle and they want to have a family. And
And
there
that
are people.
and that's where the understanding from the initial stage. I know a couple. I think the last session or a couple or two ago, when we talk about it, that's why I say in the dating process, you always have to interview. You have to ask your partner. You guys have to put your likes and dislikes on the table. That communication part is very important. I mean, everybody has their own preference. Me preferably, I won't date someone younger than me because I just feel like, or unless if I do see that person has the values of somebody who can be very responsible. Now there are some younger men who were brought up in very decent homes,
And
and
with
Yes.
and and
and
and,
one
and,
thing with the fear of God,
and the
that's
fear of
one
God.
thing you
When
should we
that
should
man
put
has
as
a fear
Christians.
of God, the age does not matter because he will honor you in the way God wants him to honor you, and
Mhm,
that's a period. That's on a
mhm,
period,
mhm,
right? So that's why I said to an extent because so many other avenues come into this. Where you're gonna know, okay, do I want to? Okay, I'm 55 years old. I have my tubes tied. I'm not gonna have any more kids. Is there a problem with you? You have to let it out on the table. That's where honesty is the key
mhm.
to dating in a relationship because then he already knows everything. Now she gonna make sure that, okay, is this what I want? Do I want an older lady? Do I want an older man? as we know, men, they always can have children, even in the old age, they can still have children. We women, when we reach certain ages, we just can't, unless God says you're going to have, because there's been people in their 60s that had babies, so it's only by the grace and will of God that those things happen. But like I said, your preference is your preference, and just getting that across the board, letting them know what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what will happen in the relationship, what won't happen in the relationship. It's going to stay volume in that relationship.
Yeah, like everything you guys see is really true. It just depends on every one of us different. Somebody might be in at 50 and want different kind of man. Maybe the one that kind of playboy kind of man. It just depends on what you want. I don't think the age matter. The big problem is when you guys put it on the table, when you all be honest. And that's the problem we're having right now. Maybe you might tell this guy, hey, I can't have children no more. I don't want to have kids. And just because they want you, they might lie and say, I'm okay with it. And that's the problem. Then you guys get in a marriage and they might, then they start coming about it. So if we all can just be honest, especially at our age or the world we live in now, you just be honest, go with it, go with exactly. Look, if you want something, you have to go with exactly who you are. Even if the person put on what they want and you put on what you want and you think it's not comparable, then you can tell the person, I don't think it's going to work, and get out. And no matter what the person think, get out, because you
Yep.
don't want to try to compromise in the middle. You will not be able to. How long you want to just deny
Exactly.
yourself? It just be honest. I will come with a story with me. When I met my husband now, we put everything on the table, everything on the table. Like I didn't hide nothing. Like, I don't want to have kids anymore. I have 3 kids. I'm in my 40s, and he said I don't want to have kids anymore. I had 3. He had 7. We were okay with that. You understand? We went to the pastor. That was one of the questions when we were going through our study. The pastor asked, you guys, I want to have children. My husband said no. I said no. But when
7,
we got married, it was a whole
7.
nother story. When we got married, he said, "Oh, he want babies." So that's what I'm talking about. Then when you said no, you don't want to do it, almost like you're denying the person of what they want. If we all could just be honest and you put what on the plate, you put it in the person, understand, it's easier. But when you guys put everything down, everyone honest, the reason a woman marrying this man or this man marrying a woman is what she knows about the person. So if
Mm-hmm.
she married that person and that person is totally what she thought she knew, that's where the problem comes from, because the person I married is not the person anymore. Everything
Mm-hmm.
you say you were, you're not again.
Mm-hmm.
So problem starts. So if we all can just be honest, it really don't matter about the age, honestly. It's
Yeah.
about whether you older than the person, even 5 years, 10 years, if the person get exactly what you want, they're honest about it, it works.
Definitely, definitely. That's why, a lot of times people, young people around here, or we around here, when we talk about relationship and marriage, you hear guys and women, what do you bring to the table? And they more focus on finance and, what you
And
bring
that
to the
and, that,
table,
and that's
money,
the
money,
thing.
money.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's why I say
these are the
it's
things,
to an
these are the
extent,
things,
because
these are
a
the things
younger,
we put on the table.
yeah, a younger
These are the
guy
things
says, "Oh, she's got money. Okay, I'm gonna go there." But he's got his younger girl on the side, and vice versa for a younger girl. We hear for sugar mom, sugar dad, and what's the one they call for the young girl? What do they call her? Sugar baby or whatever. So these
Uh,
things,
yeah.
these things are in existence. Sometimes people just get married for all the wrong reasons. You get into a relationship for all the wrong reasons, and it's a lot happening in our society today. That's why and a lot of times relationships, marriages ends because of lack of sex. Now, if you are an older woman, you're going through menopause, you've had your tubes tied, or you've had hysterectomy, your hormonal balance is going to be different. You're not going to be the same as if when you were in your 20s and your 30s and maybe even your 40s. Even in my 40s, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, am I having menopause at this time? Because it's just how our bodies are structured, right? So now you get this young, vibrant, stud of a guy, and he wants to rock, you want, and you can do what he wants you to do. Do you think you're going to honestly keep that boy? No, he's going to be like, okay, when we got together, you told me you had a high, sex drive. Now what's going on? So that's why it takes a lot of understanding, a lot, and then it has to be God sent. Because when God does not send something, we all know. is detrimental to us.
Exactly. Yep. And as a older woman, you have to be thinking, even when you meet this guy, if you're going to marry someone in their 20s, be thinking about it because that's a guy, he got a self drive. That means you are older woman who really got a strong self drive because you don't want tomorrow, you don't want him going out there to cheat or whatever. And then every time they touch you, oh, my body hurts. Or then why you marry someone to, or someone 20 years younger than you? Those are the things you have to think about, or else you have to find your age group.
Jojo,
You
woman
can
like you, your
marry
body
the
can't
boy.
help.
Yeah,
Jojo,
you
woman
can
like
marry the boy till
woman
you say
like you,
the
your
boy,
body with hand.
yeah.
Woman like you,
They
your
say the
body
boy
with hand.
can't turn you around. The boy man not lift on your foot. Then you need to stay around.
You gotta beat the calope. You
You
gotta
got
do
to be ready to be the kind of
I'm
pay.
telling you, you gotta be like how Stella got her groove back. Stella
Of
give it to that
course.
young
something.
boy.
Of
Yeah,
But
course.
but seriously, you gotta put
Of
it on him.
course.
So you gotta
so
keep that boy if you want that boy seriously.
you got that right, honey. So Jojo, what will you be waiting for? Go and get your groove on. Are you
I
kidding
know.
me?
You
Go
know,
and
and
get
that's
it
what we
on.
have to talk. Let me tell you, even if you and the person you put this on the table and does it work on the person going, you think they will carry your name, let them carry your name. I would be honest. It took me a long time for me to even decide on the date. It mean we have talked, I have learned a lot from you before I even sit on the table with you. I don't like to go blind because I'm going on the table, I'm putting everything out there, including the sex business, everything. I'm putting all on the table, and I'm hearing you, I'm listening to you. Everything I getting out of there when I go, I gotta think about it and see if I really want to get into it. Because for me, sex is not my number one. Where that's what I tell people to meet with someone, have sex on the first. It's not going to work with me. It's hard with me because it's not my number one thing. And I take sex very, very precious and important.
Okay,
For
yes.
me to have sex with you, I'm not the person, some people say, they get in a dating thing where they just want to have the little fling and go. I always love serious relationship. I'm
Mhm.
not just going to date you serious. So before I have sex with you and me, I'm thinking about ready to settling down with you. I
That's
got to
your
go with,
body,
with everything.
your, your,
Yes.
And that's why
your
and that's why we women are emotionally invested in that relationship
Yes.
because we're coming in
mhm,
with our emotions. We're not coming
Exactly.
in with our private parts. We're coming in
mhm,
hoping this marriage and our relationship is going to work where
Yeah.
I'm loving my husband, I'm respecting my boyfriend, my boyfriend is doing my husband, vice versa, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we women are emotionally vested. Men sometimes they come in just looking at the body, the
Yeah.
physical aspect in the relationship.
And the
So
lady, you have to listen to the man. You have to ask the man, what are the number one questions you want to ask? Ask the man what he looking for. A serious
exactly,
relationship that leading into marriage,
exactly.
or you don't just want to get in there, he don't want to propose to you and marry you and you mad. And when that man tell you, what, I just want to date, I don't want to marry, you need to listen to it if you are somebody who wants to marry. Don't ever
Mhm.
think that you can change it. Or the way I can give it to me, or the way I do that, the way I believe it and beautiful, I'm going to change him. No,
Let's
don't look
welcome.
into a relationship thinking that you can change the man.
No,
Ask the man what you looking for. Are you looking for a marriage, or you just some men just want to date, they don't want to marry anymore? Now, if you tell you that, are you waiting to just marry him and you're still, date him and you're still like that? Now, if you rather love me and he said he don't want to marry, you want marry, get all of it
exactly.
because nothing you're
Let's
going to change the person.
Let's welcome our guests here. We have some comments here in our guests. We have Benjamin Bobby. This is a Ghanaian name. Hey, Benjamin, welcome. He's my workmate. Welcome, Benjamin. We have Rolla T. Huff. This student is on time today. Rolla say, good morning, my beautiful people. Good morning to you as well, sister. We have River Says Pro. River Says Pro, I think he's new to our show this morning. We say welcome, brother. And thanks for your interaction here. He has some comments here, and I will just put it on the screen, honey. He said, not everyone has the spirit of. Let me hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me mute Jojo to she. So, how can you tell if a spirit of discernment? How can you tell if God sent a mate? I would address. I would let me unmute Jojo since she's back. I would address this how God sent it made. This is a very good and a question. I'll tell you something. I was having a conversation one day with my friend, and while we're talking from one thing to another, one thing he made mention. He said to me was, "Moko, you know what? Relationship if it's a lost." Listen to this, right? Because he asking about the spirit of discernment. And he said to me, Moko, when you establish a relationship, and if it's a lust, if this person, a woman is lusting after a man, or a man is lusting after a woman, it does not last.
Mm-mm.
It's for a season.
Mhm.
It's for a period. But if a woman and a man meet, and regardless the age, and they still have that intimate feelings and still attracted to each other, that's your soulmate, and that's how you know that this person, you know, was meant to be, or you guys can establish something. That's how I feel and I believe. And I sat down, I thought about it. I'm like, that's true. Because, honey, if you are lost in, I don't know, I will not lie to nobody and tell you, say, in my whole life, I never saw a man that I got so attracted to just from seeing him
We
and be
all
like,
have. We all
damn.
have.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
damn, look at the, you know,
Mm.
I do, but it's just for that moment. When I get out, I'm out. If I don't see you, I don't see you. But if you are having a conversation or talking to somebody, you really want to know if this person was God sent. That feelings is genuine and it lasts. To the point that if you don't talk to this person, you like, oh, it's like you on drugs, right? You want to talk to this person, the person want to talk to you. This person would text you, or you text this person and stuff like that. A lot of times we nowadays we have all these social media influencer. They talk about marriages and relationships and stuff like that. A lot of times when we listen, and then they say, if a man don't text you in the morning, he don't call you in the morning, in the night, good night, he don't just call you out of the blue. Don't worry about it. You're not his priority. But when somebody becomes your priority, it becomes part of you. That's when you know, because a lot of times, like you said, called discernment. And there's another comment here, honey. You can address it, and I can just throw light on it. When
Well,
other women
I want to address the first one from River says where he
say,
says,
uh-huh,
not everyone has, and you are so right. Everyone does not have the spirit of discernment.
discernment, yeah.
The spirit of discernment comes when you are rooted in God, when
Mm-hmm,
your spiritual life is rich to the point that you are going to sit here like I'm sitting here right now, and I ask God for something, and God, I'm going to hear the voice of God telling me, yes, this is for you, or no, this is not for you. So that's how you know. And spiritual discernment is understanding. Sometimes people come in our way. The enemy. Let's not forget, like the enemy send people to destroy us, to distract us from
mm-hmm,
God's word, from God's word. So
mm-hmm,
you knowing that this person, your eyes and your flesh, you getting horny when you see this person. You know, you say, oh shoot, she's got a beautiful body. Oh, look at that butt. You see yourself attracted to her on the external, the exterior. That is lust.
mm-hmm,
But when you feel it within your soul, where your heart is telling you this is the one for you, and you go to God for confirmation. That's what I did.
mm-hmm,
It happened to me, so I'm not just sitting here talking because I want to talk. I've done so many mistakes in my life. I've had so many hurts. And one thing we need to know, because you are talking about God, so I'm going to answer in a godly way. We have to just let go of things and let God bring things in our way. Because when we allow God to bring that person in our life, trust me, you will have problems, but it will not be a grave problem where you guys are hating each other. The love, the fling is gone, and everything like that. Who said people don't? Who said there's a perfect marriage? There's no perfect marriage. But it takes understanding. Understanding is discernment. It takes wisdom. Those are things that when you have reached certain level in your spiritual life, God will give to you because it's a gift that God gives to His elite, those who are grounded in Him. So yeah, and how you will know is seeking God. Asking God, is this the one for me? I did that. I told God I'm done doing it on my own because every time I did it, It didn't work for me. I ended up in crying, and I went to God. I said, Father, from this moment, you be the one to tell me what it is you want for me to do in my life. And I tell you, once I give God the full control, I'm happy. I've never been happier than I am these years since 2019 that God, I gave everything over to God. And we all can do it. You know, we can ask Him for discernment in things. You muted.
One thing, when God gives you a gift, that gift is all yours. He
Oh,
never
it's
takes
all
it
yours.
back. Even though it will be quenched when you do
Yes.
things out of the way, but it will be within you.
Hmm.
All the time I tell people, I say, not because I'm not standing on Brooklyn Boulevard preaching or on Facebook speaking in tongues. I say, but when God gave you gift, there are way people use it quietly. People
Hmm.
use it. Your gift is your gift. You will discern. If God gave you the spirit of discernment, you got that spirit of discernment, and you will feel it. You will know it. Like Honey was talking, I was telling somebody, I said, I can be sitting down here and say, and just think, say, oh, Honey coming to my house. And when you look, Honey will bring my bill. Oh, yeah, well, I said, but I just thought about you. Something in the secular word we call instance.
Hmm.
But in the spiritual world, it's what
Discernment is knowledge.
Christian,
Yes.
on the Christian level, it's
Hmm.
discernment. We can be, oh, my
Hmm.
instant say, my instant. No, it's a gift that God has given you. So He gave you the spirit of discernment. That's how it is. He said, when older women date a younger guy, it is acceptable in social. If an older guy date a younger woman, it draw attention. Why? That's not truth.
No, that's the opposite. That's
That's
the
not
other
true.
way around. That's the other way around. If an older woman
a
did a
lot a
younger,
lot of women married older guys, and the society feel it's
Hey, really,
okay.
guys, I gotta get out of here.
Okay, sis, we'll be
The
waiting for
noise
you.
are in there. I'm going. Find somewhere.
Okay, find somewhere and come back. Let me tell you something. A lot of women around here dating older guys that are 15, 20 years older than them. I'm telling you, 10, 15 years older than them. I'm gonna mute Jojo a little bit. Jojo is a still trooper. Every weekend she in some kind of state. So a lot in society, maybe what draws attention when a 60-year-old man married a 20-year-old, guess what happened? People feel, oh, maybe this girl with the man because of what he can offer her. Let's talk about, what's the woman name? Oh my God. She died. She was married to Larry King, and no, no, no. She was not married to Larry King. She was married to this famous guy. She was like 40 years old, and the baby she had was not for the guy, it was for her photographer. I forgot this story.
Anna Nicole
Anna
Smith.
Nicole Smith. And then let's talk about Larry King. Larry King was 75 years old when he had his first child. You remember? And he had his first child by a
With a
very young
younger,
woman.
yeah,
So when a younger woman married an older man who has money,
it's
society draw
yeah.
attention on that and say, oh, it's because
Mhm,
of what the man can offer. A
mhm.
lot of women, look at Honey. Honey husband is about 10 years older than her. Honey husband is about 10 years older than her. So with this one, Riverside Pro, I disagree with you. A lot of times attention are raised when a woman who's older than a man gets married. People talk about it. Society, African society thinks it's abomination. But Western world, they don't think that way. Love
And
is
many
love.
times,
Anybody can find love.
yeah, love is love, but at the same time, here in the Western world, like in America here, it's gonna be you're gonna draw more attention when it's an interracial relationship where the girl maybe is black and the guy is an older white guy or vice versa. That's gonna draw a lot of attention, but. And it has always been like that. Society would quicker have, and I understand what you're saying, especially here in our society, where when it's a younger girl with a older guy, people will question that. And the same as younger, older man with a older woman with a younger guy, people gonna question that. But they're gonna see that sometimes people just want to do what they want to do, and society are embracing a lot of things now. That's the thing. right? So I know in Africa that would be like an abomination or something like a taboo for an older woman to date a younger guy. But if
Not
it's an
really.
older man
Not
dating a younger
really.
girl, it's
Not
no
really.
problem at all.
Honey, not really. I know a lot of older women that are married to younger guys in Africa. So nowadays, let's say the 21st century, things are changing.
They embracing it, yeah.
The
Hmm.
21st century people are embracing because now that we have traveled to different nations and see different things, so everybody is just living like that. So Daconte would say welcome. Daconte is also special. She should have been a gatekeeper, the usher in the church, but she stopped showing up to church. She needs deliverance. Welcome to Daconte. Anna Nicole Smith, yes. And then we're talking about Nick and Mariah Carey. These are people who are way older than each other. I was watching this video of celebrities in Nigeria and in another country, Ghana, who are the women are way older than their spouse. I was trying to like put the video on, but for some reason I couldn't, download the video to the show this morning. So yeah, go ahead, Jojo.
Yeah, I mean, once you find the person, whether you're older than the person 5 years or 10 years, once everything working well for you guys, who cares what people think? You can find your age group or what now your age group, people will say whatever they want to say. You
Once the
That's
just have
true.
to
love
find
is
it.
there and the
Yeah,
respect is there,
yeah.
that's all
Rather,
matters.
I rather don't care about the word anymore. It
Mhm.
rather don't matter how people feel. It's just about how you feel. Because if you listen to the word, I'm telling you, you will die before your time. You will die before your time. You just have
Exactly.
to live the best way possible for yourself and for God. You understand? So if that person you ordered it, if the person you ordered the person 10 years and everything work out, everything you're looking for a man, the person has it, then wonderful. Who cares what the world thinks?
River says, Pearl, I disagree with you when you say that most young women date older guys
That's
for financial
opposite.
security. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Sometimes it's the love that matters. Sometimes, but nowadays a lot of older men don't even care about, loving. A lot of older men will want to date a younger woman because of the, sex. They will leave their wives and feel that the wife can really, bang them or knock them the way they should. So they will go out for a younger girl. But we're not talking about, younger girls that are just out there because they want to live or stuff like that. We're talking about a genuine marriage or relationship or love between two souls. That's what we're talking about. We're not just talking about, me, I don't have money or my family don't have money. And these things happen mostly in Africa, where you find young girls having sugar daddy. That's how they call it, sugar daddy, where they support them, they take care of them, pay their school fees and stuff. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a genuine relationship, a genuine love that two people shares, but one is older. Maybe the woman is older than the guy, because a lot of times when the guy is older than the woman, it's not a problem. But we're talking
And
about a genuine relationship here.
for what he's saying, I agree in a sense. There are a lot
That's
of
what I
younger
said.
girls that are coming up now, and they
Mm-hmm.
want that. But I will tell you, I'm almost 50. But whether it's going to be a car I order than or he older than me, it's not about money. But I'm not telling no man who can't care for me if something happened. Let me honest. I want someone who there for me. If
Who
I
will
can make it
love
to make it,
me?
I want to be a partner for. I want to be a help for the
Exactly.
person. So that means I'm not going to stop working and stuff. But I want you to be able to care for me. Now your men don't look at you, just look at how the woman look like. Now, all the people that in my inbox are people who thinks they like me. You should look at the woman's situation. I have 3 children. So what you think? You're going to come and I will take care of you? It's not going to happen.
Mm.
Okay. So I need it all the way. I need the love. I need the care. I need the financial background. So if you're looking at a woman as a man with 3 children and you say you like her, what do you think? Are you
Josephine,
just
hold on. What's his name? River says, Pro, if you can send me a message, I can send you the link. You can come on. But if you cannot come on or you don't want to come appear on the show because this is the table talk, we rather you come on the show. So just send a message in my inbox, and then I definitely will send you the link for you to come and be a part of the conversation. If you can do that. If not, so you can call on Messenger and I will put you on live to be heard. Thank you very much. Go ahead,
Okay.
Jojo.
So, like I was saying, it's not like I'm looking for someone to support me or whatever, but when you are men, not your men, you're listen. When you're looking for a woman out there, you have to look at a woman you want. If you're married, you want a date a woman with children, especially if the children are young, you should be thinking about that because those children will have activities, they will have this and that. Are you ready to do all of that because you are going to be the father? Because some of the men just look at a woman, they want a woman, it's just because of sex, and just or just because of two of them. It's not going to work like that when you marry a woman who got children. I am about to be single. If you want me, you should understand you have to start thinking she got three children. Okay, I will be a helpmate for you, but I need you emotionally, physically, everything, financially, everything. You're not going to come and I have three children. You're expecting me to cook for you, clean for you, and do all of those things, and you don't even know how much for bra. You don't want to pay for, you don't want to care for me. You know, I want you to be able to look at me and tell me I love you, baby. Oh, you look beautiful. You know, you have to look at a person's personality, their character, before you even go after them. You see this person love this and love this, and you want them. When you marry them, what's gonna happen? You're gonna tell them, oh, that social media you always on, I don't want you on it. Or you always go on vacation to with this, I don't want you there. Then you have to find that kind. You want a woman that tie lapper every day? You have to go behind a woman that tie lapper every day. You don't want to date someone you try to change them. Then what kind of woman you want or what kind of man you want? You don't want to change someone. You can work together and compromise on some stuff, but you can change someone because you think you want to. And your men who are going after women, you have to think. Don't put it there as woman. You can go and take a woman with three children and you say you can't help the lady financially. You got to look at what you want. You have to think about it. Of
You
course,
will
when you
know that
marry me, I will
man.
want you to help me financially. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I want you to be there. Era, when you can marry a woman with three children, you think you're going to come, she's going to work and cook and clean for you and do everything, and you can't support you. I don't care if the man is young or the man is older. When you marry me, you're going to care for me. I'm going to work, I'm going to be there, but you have to be there, in every way. Because a lot of the men, I see, I say, oh, can you please do my hair? Then they start running away. So what do you think? You're just going to be rubbing in the hair. You can't pay for it too? So when you
And,
want a
and
woman, you got to think about it.
and Joe, that's some those are some of the things that you will get to find out in the dating phase of your relationship. Like you will see those things in your relationship before you can take it to a serious level or you can even take it to
Yes.
marriage level. Because when you dating a guy, let's say you're dating a younger guy, right? Or any guy for that matter, we're not going to limit this to age because even some older guys, they are selfish. They don't care about it. They just want what they can get from you and that's it.
They just
Yeah.
care about
So
themselves.
they just
Yeah.
care for themselves. So it's both ways. We're not going to limit it to just a younger person. So let's say if you're dating a guy and say, okay, I'm going on a date, right? This guy already knows you have children at home, right? So he comes pick you up and you open, and the kids open the door. First of all, the reception those kids are going to get from that guy is going to tell you if this guy is going to be anything good for you or your kids. That's the first thing. And when he comes in, how he interacts with the children, that's also going to be a red flag. Now, let's say if he knows, oh, I'm going to pick the mom up, so I have to impress the kids, right? He brings ice cream for all of them. What is that going to tell you? He's going to take care of your children
Thank you.
just by that first visit. Just from that first visit, you know that okay, this man would not be selfish to know I have my children, and he can not bring anything when he's
And
in my
then,
home.
and then, honey, another thing. If you're even talking on the phone and you talk me about
Talking.
the
Thank you.
children,
Thank you.
and he called and say,
And
"Oh,
he
how's your
asks,
child?
yeah,
How's Malika? How's
yeah,
Camille? How
yeah,
they doing today?
yeah,
Did he go to school today and stuff like that?"
mm,
That tells you that man means something.
yeah,
Let me be honest. We are women and
yeah.
we are mothers. We know when a man love us. I tell people you cannot love the bread and don't love the crumbs.
No.
How can you be eating bread? So all the crumbs dropping on me? No. If you love a man, you will love everything that comes after that man.
Mm-hmm,
If you love a woman, you will
mm-hmm.
love everything that comes after her, and you will love whatever she loves that
Love.
benefit that
Yeah.
means something to her.
And
The-
let me just
and
say
that's
this to
what
the
really
WhatsApp,
attracts.
hold on 1 minute. WhatsApp speaking. I just sent you an inbox with the link if you want to come on. I think you ready. This show is interesting. I think we
It's
would love
very
to have
interesting.
you on.
Yeah.
So you can just follow the link and you can come on the show. We'll let you in. Okay, sir? Thank you so much. Go ahead.
And that was one reason I fell in love with my husband, because at that time I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna listen to no guy say, hey baby, I love you, or come and flash me with this and flash me with that. But when I heard my children say, mommy, I've never seen you smile like this. And I have two older girls. My 21-year-old daughter told me, and my 14-year-old son. And that was 4 years ago. My son was 10. Okay. And my daughter was like, what, 17 or so? They told me, they said, Mom, he's a good one. That man came in here, he rapped, he laughed, he talked, he bought things for them, he gave them money. I must say, if I had told him no, my kids were going to tell me, but Mom, excuse me, Mom, but you dumb. Seriously, like, you gonna let this good man go? Okay, even if I get mad at him, my children will call me out on my wrong. That's how it is. Because when your partner sets the initial stage from the beginning of your relationship, when he talking to me, how the children doing, let me talk to them. Oh hi, till my 9-year-old daughter is more closer to him than her own dad. My 9-year-old daughter calls my husband daddy. My
Yeah,
9-year-old
And
daughter
you
calls
didn't tell her to do
and
that.
I
She
ain't tell
chose
her
to
to do
do that.
that. Never
that's the
did.
love. It's the love that he gave. And the
Yeah.
ladies, you have to look at the sign. If you're talking to a man for like 2 weeks, 1 month or whatever, he knows that you got children. He
He
have not
never
been able to say,
asked.
yeah, you never asked to say, oh, how the children? Oh, you know what? I'm sending you this for the children. I just say something. But out of the blue moon, he tell you, oh, can you cook and send me food?
Yeah.
Some of you,
Yeah.
you're talking to the man, you're already cooking and giving him food. What have he done for you? So now you opening that cup of worm, you know that now you're going to be the one supporting him. All the time you're talking, before you ask someone for something, you should be able to give that too. As a man who talking to be the man of the home, you
Mhm.
guys talking for a month or whatever, you never even make mistakes. Say, how the children, you know what, I will cash out you $200, $100 to buy something for the kids. He never
Yeah.
told you now, but he
Yeah.
asking you to cook for him.
Mm-hmm.
Where you
Never
think the
once
money
they
comes
said
from to
one
pay for
box of
food?
bro, one
Let me
bottle of milk in their fridge to
just,
put it today. Oh,
Yes.
I brought
just a
groceries
minute.
today.
He gave
You
you
know,
no money to
Just
pay to pay your bill or anything, but he wants you to cook. How you think cooking go on when you
yeah.
put that stuff on that current?
And that's
He
why I
already
say
Reverend,
from
asking you
that
to cook, he
initial
never
visit,
eating.
you will know if
Yeah,
that man's a good man or
thank you.
you will know from that
So
first
Reverend
y'all
says,
visit.
you to honor. I want the men to hear that. You
Yeah.
talking to this lady, you have not even putting nothing into it, but you think she mean. She cooks, she don't give you. What have you done?
Yeah.
The women that look at a lot of women, yeah, they're cooking, they're doing that. What has it done for you? Don't you already starting the wrong relationship? You are the one that going to start giving in, nothing giving. If you
Yeah.
the man
Give,
able to
give, give.
ask me
Yep.
to cook for you,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to ask me to cook for you, that means you ready. I don't have to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even if you think I get a good job. Who even the rich people still looking for money,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
so,
So you have to think about all of that.
River says the link is there. You will see a picture. There's a link over the picture. Just click over that link. So let's recognize some of our guests here again. So we have Dagonti here. What's up, sis? You okay? River says great conversation. Yes, thank you. And these are social issues. These are things that people have questioned about, So we say welcome and we're so glad to have you. And then we have yes, I sent you the link. You can call in if you want. He says, seriously, lady, in Africa, most mothers marry their children out to elderly people for their benefits
True.
and status.
That's
But
true.
when we talk about Regina Daniels, I don't even, I don't know about that.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
about that
about,
either. So,
yeah.
but
I think she's a
honestly,
younger
because
girl.
of the
She's
poverty
a
right there, of course, most of the parents are
No,
working.
not Buffett, Regina Daniels. So she's
she's
No,
very
I
she's
don't
an
know about her
actress.
story.
She's
I don't
an
well,
know about her
yeah,
story.
she's well good.
She's an
Good
actress.
but she chose that because why, in
It's a
Africa young girls
choice.
want to be sustained, and they want to be in a comfortable place, like to know that, okay, even if they're not married, they're gonna have money. Even if they have a baby by a rich man, that man gonna take care Off. And look at her. She's even in a polygamy marriage because that man has multiple wives.
Yeah, but look, if how will you know that the ice cream is fake? Trust me, we are mothers, we are parents. We know when somebody
Oh,
genuinely love us and love our children.
yeah, I will know
Believe
it
you
straight.
me.
And that's
If
what I
God,
told you about
if God did,
discernment.
if God did not give a woman, a mother, any kind of gift, He
He give
did give
us
us the
that
spirit of
discernment.
discernment.
Oh yes.
I'm telling you, believe it
And
or
let me tell
not.
you, what you say is true. Some men will fake everything they can for them to get in it. But some of us ages now that have seen a lot, let me tell you, not because you bring our first ice cream, we know how when you bring the ice cream, we know how when you talk. Even talking, you have to learn when you're talking how the person talk, what to say. You will know it when the person talking and just try to play. Look, right now my eyes open so wide, I even know. And look at my hair and all get apple, you know. But like you say, yes, some people will fake it, but still, you know.
So we got Jesse here. Jesse is watching us from Ghana, Accra, Ghana. Jesse is in, I don't want to say my staff, but Jesse is the one that manage my social media pages when it comes to my business. Jesse, welcome. I sent him the link and he's on. Welcome, and he said great conversation. So they're going to see here. There are lots. Hold on. There are lots of young men and women who were raised to be proper prepared for marriage. Of course. How can you be raised to be prepared for marriage? So a lot of times in the homes, and I don't like to hear that because we are in the 21st century. I don't like to hear say I didn't see my mom doing it with my dad. I don't like to see my dad doing this with my mom. This is the 21st century. You can even Google how to have sex. You can even Google how to turn your woman on. So I don't even like to hear that thing saying or man did not see his mom or his
No,
dad.
but Faith, that stuff is psychological. It's psychological. It's not just
Mhm.
something you can read in a book.
I'm no,
Yeah, some
saying,
people
I'm
they
saying,
can
honey,
learn to love, but that
honey,
authentic love, that
honey,
authentic love. Yeah,
honey. A
yeah.
lot of times people come up to say, let's do this. Okay, you have your wife. You never like kiss your wife. Oh, babe, how are you? How you doing? How was your day? Or you guys are going out. You open the car door for your wife. Make your wife. If I dye my hair, or bleach my hair, baby, you dye your hair, you bleach your hair. Recognize it. Don't just see me back from here and stay in front of you. Say you don't see nothing. Say I don't see nothing. Oh. You know, see
But
your wife. Look
that
at
is
your
not part of
fiance.
that person. That
Look
is
at your wow. No, 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 honey, honey,
no.
honey, honey,
I'm
no,
telling you, Vic, it's not part of
honey.
that person. No, but
Then, all right,
listen.
what if that's why you're supposed to know if you marry a woman or you dating a woman? You should know what she like. Every
Yeah,
woman need an
of
attention.
course.
Not because you did not see your father telling your mom how beautiful she look or how beautiful she is, does not mean you should not be able to tell your wife or your partner that she's beautiful as well. I tell men that say these things, did you ever see your dad and your mom having sex? No, you did not. But you sure do know how to eat coochie. You sure do know how to have sex. So did your parents teach you that? Where did you learn it from? If you want to satisfy your wife, your partner, your fiance, you will find means to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
got tips.
You
Yeah,
will
tips to
find
help.
means to do it.
Yeah, tips to help. Yeah, and some people
And let me
just
tell you, I am tired. I am just tired of grown women or grown men sitting
Mhm.
because they were not brought up that way. If you were not brought up, there are a lot of things on this earth now that you can educate yourself. There are things that the
Exactly.
dad or man never used to do. When I was growing up, my mom did not face her bed. She didn't make her bed up. We clean her when we did everything. Okay, that's how I was raised up. Now I have my children. My daughter is 17. She have never
Mhm.
cleaned my room.
You see that?
But I clean my parents' room. I make that bed. I did
yeah,
this. But I
yeah,
grew up and I let my children not to do that. So there are things you come away and you will take, and there are things you will not take. So that
Mhm.
poor excuses. Love is love. To
Yes,
tell someone you look beautiful, that is love. You got to be raised. You got
exactly.
to have it in you. You
for
able to.
people
You have to
acronym.
learn it.
Yes.
You have to learn how to love people. You
Yeah,
got your
you got
people
to.
and the
You
person
got,
all dressed up
yes,
and you're
But
painting them like you
let
don't
me
know they exist.
I would disagree to you ladies for a second here because you know what? That's what I'm saying. If someone has good intention, if someone comes in a relationship with good intention, knowing that you are his woman and he's gonna do everything to please you, yes. But there are some men that just coming to get things that their heart is not
It's true.
into it. And there are people, that's why I said people marry for all the wrong reason. Maybe he was just with you for sexual urge. Maybe he knows he
Yes.
can do
But
it good.
then, honey,
You know?
have you not realized that sometimes men or women goes into a relationship with a selfish desire,
But that's
selfish.
what I
Hold
said.
on,
Every
okay,
that's
hold on.
yeah,
But sometimes when they get there, they get married to this woman, and they get there, and they fall in love,
it can
and
happen.
you see something different in this person. You might not come out to say, "Oh, I came in because of so and so," but deep down in your heart, you see something that's in her, or she sees something that's in you, and you guys start to have a perfect marriage.
Yeah.
Not because you didn't see Jojo. You think because you were doing your mom bed, your daughter, like you said, she should know. But listen, you think because you did never saw your dad in your mom, or you saw your dad telling your mom, "Oh, Mata, your hair look good, oh." So your wife will bleach her hair. She's standing in front of you. My hair, look at my hair as red as it is. It's not black. You won't realize that, oh, baby, bleach your hair, but I really like it. It's really nice. Oh, I like the color you choose. You know, these things make, that's why we talk about men love your wife, which is from the
But
Bible.
And
As
okay,
I was
men,
telling that I was
so
telling,
what if he doesn't like that color on you, and then he feels
he
like
will
if he
tell
tells you
you.
the same thing,
He
hey,
will
yo,
tell
fuck
you
you.
no. You will
Let
say,
me tell
baby,
you something. We came into this country. This country
yeah,
has
yeah, hold
taught
on.
a lot of things.
Welcome, River says Pro. I think you calling from Africa, right? Welcome to our
No,
live broadcast. And we are
I
privileged
am
to
America.
have you on.
I am America in my basement.
Oh yeah,
Oh my, all right, sorry, your network we're acting out
I
because
know too. I just kidding.
most of the
Oh,
people
okay.
that come with the network problem, we can folk then the network can be acting up. But if you can put your light on a little bit so we can see your face, and thank you for joining the
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, I see that. Yeah, this is the light, but I don't know for some reason. Yeah, because I couldn't.
Put your
Yeah, the
flash
kids
on.
play.
Put your
no,
flash on your phone.
he has to turn the opposite way. I think the light is
Oh,
on the opposite.
let me, let me
Yeah,
see
Jojo,
because the kid.
somebody was saying something. They can go ahead before he comes in.
Yeah, that's
I'm
There you
okay.
her.
go. Yeah, we can
That's
see your
it.
face now.
Yeah, so the
And
kids
if
upstairs.
I
That's why
Africa, we
I
look
yeah, I came
You
downstairs.
been having you been having party. Oh, see all the balloon in the bed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, July 20 said the people had their thing. Yeah, they didn't take
July
everything
4th,
down here, so I just said
July
it on there.
July 4th, July 4th.
I mean July 4th. My bad. Yes, sorry.
So Jojo, you were saying something. Go ahead, and then Rewa says speaking can join us. Who was saying
But
something?
I was saying sometimes some of the men they don't say it because they're not doing it intentional, like she said. It's true. There are sometimes they rather not doing it intentional, but they're not used to it. But again, you will know if the man waiting to, for example, some of us, some people just they want to assume. Don't assume because sometimes the men rather they not come out that way and they rather not doing it intentional. So you have to talk to the man. Oh baby, you see my hair? Say you didn't notice it. Ask him and see. If the
Mhm.
old man, leave me, man, then I mean, you just don't want to. But
Right.
always bring us something, baby. You see my hair, you like
Mhm.
it. You start to build you up to like stuff because sometimes they rather don't know what to say. They rather, they know another way. So it's
Mhm.
good for you to always speak something and hear what they get to say. Baby, you like my hair? Oh, baby, why you how I love? Tell I like for you to, when you like it, tell me, say something. When you see the person now trying to say, oh no, I'm not, and then you know that they just don't want to do it. But
And
don't assume
exactly.
that the person because they didn't say it, sometimes you have to just say
You
something.
have to call it out. You have to
Yeah,
Oh,
be like,
thank you.
listen, ladies. Let me tell you something. You cannot be married or dating a man for 5, 6 years and he does not know what your wife like. He don't
But
know
we're
if
talking about from
but
the
maybe it's
beginning
something
now.
new you're
We're
trying
talking from
yeah,
the
today.
beginning.
Maybe that's
we're
something new
talking from
you're
the
trying.
beginning. But listen, these things starts from the beginning and it goes
Yes.
to the end.
Yes.
Trust me,
Mhm.
we're talking about
And
dating here. We're talking about dating older men, dating younger men, and what younger men will recognize that older men does not recognize. You understand?
In 5 years, it means the man just don't want to do it. It's being
Yes,
intentional. It's
it
being
is
intentional.
5 years is too long. You
It's
let
too
me tell you
long.
something. If you're dating a
It
woman
is too
or a man,
long.
the first 6 months, you know if you want to be with
Yes,
that man or that
it's
woman.
true. That's why you have to bring it out from the beginning. If
from the
you're in it for
beginning.
a year and you're not, it means you just don't want to do it. five
Mhm.
years is too much for the man to not know what your wife likes. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just out of the question.
Like for me here, my husband hates when I wear wigs. He said, I don't know why you like wearing wig because I love your natural hair. My natural hair is gray. It's so gray, like, because I have really thick, coarse hair. So my hair gets gray. He said, let me tell you, I love it when you wear out your own hair.
But I hate it when you do this. My husband loves me like he said, I love you more natural than trying to put all these extra things on you. Now that is a man that knows what he likes out of his woman and how he loves to see his woman. So
Oh,
this is
man,
why I'm
don't
saying
even care. But anyway,
if it's part of that
River,
man, he would do it.
so River says,
Yes.
thank you for joining. I will turn it to you. What your view on this topic?
Yeah. So yeah. Let me just. I don't want to kind of go back a little bit, but let me just begin where where you guys are right now. I think so. My question or my point is, because some men are not affectionate. They are naturally. There are people who not into maybe doing stuff in the public or, I mean, so do it really matters, lady? The duration of the relationship. What if you've been with a man for say 10, 15, 20 years and y'all used to each other, but you still want all these, maybe these flashy stuff, or you still want him to recognize, but he is thinking like, well, we've been together for over 20, maybe 10, 15, 20 years, and these things shouldn't really matter anymore. I mean,
So,
do you
so
not
I
look at
gotta
it in our perspective,
no,
the
no, no,
duration
no, no,
of
no,
the
no. Yes, I
relationship?
look at it. You keep the spice in the marriage. Love suffer long. Love is kind. So tell me now, if you and your wife been in the marriage for 15 years and she not giving you sex, wouldn't it be a problem for you?
Oh no, they
Oh yeah,
want
it
the
would be a
sex to
problem, but
continue, but they shouldn't compliment you. That should end. Ready?
but
Wouldn't it
but
be a problem?
oh yeah, it would be a problem, but you see, sex is more like a natural sex.
Oh,
Sex is more
yeah,
like a
yeah,
natural
yeah.
occurrence. It sex, yeah, sex is more like a natural occurrence. But say if I didn't buy my wife, say maybe necklace or certain thing for her birthday, it's a I mean it's a
For me,
mandatory. Even though
no.
it is, it
Jesse,
is
let
it's
me tell
socially
you this,
acceptable for my wife to wear it as a morale booster for me and for our
Jesse.
relationship, but it's a man. Like
No, 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 no.
Jesse,
River
let me
says,
tell you this. Let me tell you this, Jesse. If you
no,
want that thing
that's not
to
Jesse.
continue, if you
That's
want
not
that sex
Jesse
to
talking.
continue, that
That's
who
not
I'm
Jesse
talking.
talking. That River
Oh,
says, no, that just a
oh,
comment man. River says,
River said, I saw the name in prayer. River said, if you want that sex to continue, you want everything. Women are easy. So tell the feelings are not even in us. Just because the way you talk to or answer or the feelings
let
will get back.
just make that
Our
that
body
goosebump.
reacts to the way the men respond. Honestly, women body reacts to the way the men treat her.
Exactly. It
There
is
are
so
times
true.
that you don't have the sex drive, but the way
Hmm.
in when you came in, the way you
Yes.
talk to her, look, we wanted to say we will put ourselves in it.
The
You
only
will
way you
make the
can win
woman
your
to
wife
have
heart is through emotions. It's her
yes.
emotions. If you get up in the morning and say, "Oh, baby, you look beautiful today. Oh, wow, baby, you just look. Oh, Buku, that hair looks so nice today. When did you do it? Or oh, I love it." When you boost a woman's self-esteem, you get everything
Attention.
out of a woman. You
And
will get
just you don't have
everything.
to River says pro, you don't have to give her gift on her birthday all the
No,
time.
you don't.
Just
You
waking up in the morning and kissing her forehead and say, baby, happy birthday. We made it to another birthday. But now wake up on the bed, you leave, you go to wedding, you go on Facebook. Facebook remind you that your wife's birthday, and you say, oh, happy birthday to my beautiful wife, the mother of my children.
yeah,
You laughing. And the thing you talking, River said, you a man,
yeah.
what you mean the man, some men not romantic. When they say loving your wife, it has nothing to do with romantic or whatever. Loving your wife is to compliment her, to tell her you love her. That's loving you. If you don't know it, then you need to learn it before you get into marriage. Because you can
Yeah,
be
but
loving someone and you can't.
but some people are not romantic. Not romantic per se, but they're not affectionate. Like they're not. You know how some people, like, a friend of mine, he said
You
his
understand
wife
what you
complained that, his wife complained that she doesn't hold him in public. Everybody holding their wife and kissing and thing. And he told her, look, babe, maybe my upbringing is different, but
I
the
don't
way
like to
I
get
came up,
abused.
yeah. So he said he not a holding hand in public. He said, babe, we've been together for 15 years. We know each other. Everybody know me,
So
my
what?
wife. What does it
You're,
matter?
Josephine, you
so
know
what?
one thing I
Ask
don't
you
like.
something. Let me
One
let me
thing I
just
don't
ask
like.
you. Let me just ask you something. For him to just have a happy home, if they walk out there, he hold a woman hand, what will happen? He just don't want to do it. Your men are just stubborn. If that's what your wife wants, and you hold her hand, what will happen to you? He just
And,
don't want to do it. He
and
just don't want
Josephine,
to do it.
And that's it.
Josephine, another honey, another thing where our Liberian, our African men, they and their wife will leave the home, they will go out together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Older man and older woman. Oh. They're not the older man and his young girlfriend. Oh, because the older man, his young woman, everybody know that man will hold like
All
his
that
young
man will
girlfriend.
hang on out.
That day.
Yep. Yep.
So older men and older women, they will go out. They will leave the house together. They will get in the car. Liberian men as a whole, they will leave their wife sitting down somewhere in Jerusalem. They
Oh,
go
I
Yes,
hate that.
to Mars or Earth or whatever to go argue about politics and football. To go argue about politics and football while the
mhm,
wife sitting down. You go out. Oh,
yes,
you will not come to your wife, baby. You want to drink?
immature.
That's why you can't tell you, baby. Give me more beer for the bar there, yeah. What is that? Come on now, Riverside picking talk. You on a red
Yeah,
platform
but
to say talk.
yeah, it's. I think, like I said, it probably depend on
If
the
you
I
and
mean,
your wife leave
individual.
the house, you don't have to kiss her neck. You don't have to give her hickey or hokey or hanky. You and your wife can sit down, you can hold hands, you can talk. You understand? You can hold
Yeah,
hands and talk. You can do things together. But you cannot abandon your wife. You cannot. What the woman
And
called me
River
in
said,
America.
go and talk to that your friend. It's that more to it. For that woman to say certain thing like that, that means when they go, he can leave and be standing talking different places. He can act
There.
like his wife not there.
You want me to
He
put
can
you
go
on?
dance with other people. He acting
Mhm.
like what make you stubborn? What
I
if you
think
just want to happy
I
home?
I
What
I
wrong with
I,
you?
I,
Your partnerships is
I think
about
women.
looking for what your
No,
partner know.
many a times that man is a cheater. Because if
Yes,
you take your woman out
yes.
and you are so embarrassed to sit down, that means something is not right. And me at the
Something
time I
wrong.
check, I will call it out right there and there. You're not gonna take me out there, you leave me and go. And I saw things that's why I say you gotta know the kind of man you have. The man gotta know the kind of woman he has. That respect in the home as well as outside of the home. I tell my husband certain things you just
My
can't do. And if that
my
man,
girl
I'm
Lina,
serious.
Lina, now where say oh my people Paul coming.
What Lena say how come?
Her we left for 21 years. He about to be on mark.
You say what?
Lina, don't kill me yet. I'm begging you.
Oh wow. He about to be unmarried. And it's true, man.
And you know what? A lot of the women sacrifice their happiness. The
Yeah.
men give you everything they want, but they refuse to give you what you want. And the
But
ladies just
it
sitting there for
it
the sake of telling people they've been married 20 years.
it
Or the
What is
children.
that
it,
Yeah.
about that?
Ladies,
it
we got a call.
I,
Can we listen to the caller? We got a caller online, and
okay.
let's listen to her, and then we can proceed. That one to you alive. What?
Okay. Hi, sisters. Hi, Riverside.
Right.
I
Hi,
Riverside, I
sister.
called for like your friend that 15 years in a marriage, she acting like a small boy. If the hours she spend watching all the soccer games, can go start
Hallelujah.
listening to how to make your wife happy, how to try to understand your wife, how to make my marriage exciting. You think the work that woman alone will put it in marriage? It's almost disheartening to hear him say 15 years in marriage. Then a woman telling him, these are the things I like. These are the things that make me feel valued in the relationship. And he feeling like just because he gave her a ring or the title, then he has to put in no work. Come on, man. I will
I
give
think
him more of the year what? He has to stop.
uh,
Because
yeah,
marriage is like a dance. The two people you gotta date that person for the rest of your life. You still have to be able to make the person feel like they are like that your eye and your attention and your mind that it captivates you only. But if the person is and people evolve. Like if this Mugu share, for example, if she down on here, she like it, and even if the man don't like it, that's not his preference. But if he knows that when this woman wears it, she likes it and she feels confident and good in herself, compliments her. Say, I see you did your hair. You put your favorite color in. Even if you make it into a joke. But if you are just so complacent and you feel like sooner you married, then you got the person you sit at and no work, then you're setting yourself up to be divorced. So no, it's something that everyone in that marriage got to put time in and put work in. But I just had to call in for them, man. Go tell your brother there. All that time
Yeah,
you watch Arsenal and what the other people you can be watching.
Liverpool,
And I will honor to
Barcelona,
that.
Real Madrid.
Y'all need to, and I will honor to that. River said, y'all need to talk.
Yeah.
Like River
So,
said, y'all need to, when your friends they come up with stuff like that, y'all need
his instinct over time should have changed in that marriage. That marriage should become instinctual to him now. 13 years, certain things he should have started learning and become instinct, because 15 years is a long time to sit with somebody and you put in no personal growth or no collective growth to make that marriage work.
Yeah.
So,
But what I'm trying to say, a man
I just had to
that
call and
fears
say that
God.
one. Not a Barbie getting F.
All right, thanks for calling in, Jacko.
But okay, sis, I think women.
Before you River said, let me say something before you talk. And for
Okay.
your men, when your friends they come like that, y'all need to sit down and rather talk to your friends and give some advices. You know, you have to know what y'all know what your friend they do to that women. All of y'all just support the wrong thing. Y'all know what is wrong. And the man just said that you need to say, hey, my man, what will happen when you hold your wife's hands? She just need that love. You know, you give your friends some encouragement.
Yeah, I think the issue. I think one of the issue women. I think from what I noticed, I think a lot of time from what because I talk to him, but I don't really interfere into his stuff. But I talk to him, but now see our point is women always crave for social acceptance in society. I think because this man work from Monday, Tuesday. The man work his butt up Monday, Tuesday. He ain't get it. He got his one day.
Well, we work
and he doesn't hold you, and you take it to be a big deal. This man is like a breadwinner. He got the bills paid. He got everything going. But you take it as a big deal.
I mean, what got to do with you loving your wife?
No,
When God says you should love your wife as yourself, what do you think God says?
All the work he's doing when you hold her hand, what will happen? Reverend said he just said that. Jesus.
But he said no. According to him, that was insecurity. The woman probably feel insecure because there were other young women. I mean, other beautiful women around. So she want that possession.
He has girlfriend that he don't want to hold her hand. He don't want to girlfriend. He don't want to hold her hand. He don't want to have marriage.
Everybody will know about it because I will call him up right then and there.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, what if the man is just that kind of not affectionate person, and he decide to be like,
it's just refusing because he don't want to. It don't take nothing to hold your wife hand. It takes no. You understand me? Let me tell you, like me, I got 3 children. I was married for 13 years, and my husband died. Okay, and I can't remarry. I got 3 children. Who the woman want to divorce? We don't want to. At all, especially when you bring in new kids. Yeah. But at the same time, we don't want our children to be raised up in that kind of thing. You don't want it. Any woman like me, when we're putting in divorce now, I have tried, but it reached the point where you say you have to remove yourself. It is not working, Get out. No woman want no divorce when we have children. We don't want it. All we want happiness.
So why is it when a woman seek an attention out there from her spouse, that means she's insecure?
Yeah.
Why you think about that?
Well, look, I mean, it's a natural instinct, ladies. I mean, you guys know, say you go somewhere with your husband, your significant other, they got other ladies around. I mean, as a human, it's natural. It's natural for you to look around like, oh, I mean, I know you women do that. I know you look at the other woman like, oh, she looks good.
Not everybody do that.
No, you don't. Let me tell you something. You wrong, you see me here? When I get out there, I see no woman. I see no woman looking good at me. So it has nothing to do with that. My self-esteem so high that when I get out there, no one reach me. That's how I feel. But still, you need your husband to love on you. But your man, because you know the woman like it, that what you want to take from her.
Mhm.
Everything that I put on the table that I tell my husband I like, I want. When he mad, that's just what he would do. That's just what he would do because he want to get to me. Why you want the thing that make your wife happy? Why you want to take that? He will not want to go to church because he know I'm in the church. I do
You the
praise and
church.
worship.
Yeah.
Everyone know me. So he don't want to be going to church so they can say, oh, one of the praise and worship leader or husband can come. You want to on your best I will still go to church. Okay, I don't want us arguing over in front of my children. So it can be 2 o'clock in the night, in the morning, and we're arguing. My husband will tell her he will wake up my children for them to hear him. Just because he know that's how he get to me. I mean, what marriage you want? You have made two things intentionally. That your friend there, when he love his wife, ain't there no meaning he go white out to hold a woman, what will happen? What are the more
But
you're supposed to love one another just because
It's
you're
the,
together for 2 years doesn't mean you can't care for the woman.
and it's the little
Are you
things that
kidding?
matter. There's the little things that matter, and you guys don't pay attention to it. People lose their marriages. People lose their long-term relationship for just something little that matters when it comes to
The
women.
little
It's
things
just the
matter, you're
little
right.
yeah,
things.
because women, because statistics shows that statistically it's not being. I mean, you guys can look it up. That women are the one that initiate. Women are most likely like 65 to 70% of women are the one that initiate divorce,
Of
separation,
course.
and breakup. Yeah.
Because
So
Of
they're not
course.
now, but you
Because
can
they're
you
not
always
come
claim
to
to
the table,
say,
you
yep,
see your friend
you can
wife, you
always
keep
claim to
telling
say,
him.
oh, we're trying to keep the relationship. But
Mm-mm.
statistics say y'all are the
Because
one, you guys are the
no,
one who
Because
always
that
but
woman
Riverside,
is
initiate it.
done. Because that woman has
Riverside,
exhausted
for
everything. That
example,
woman has
Riverside,
done everything in her
yes.
power to make
For
it work.
example, Riverside, your friend wife is telling him now over and over, he not listening. So you think she should sit
Rocky,
in there and not be
Rocky,
happy? And he said, the talking, she
Rocky,
talking, he listening. As soon as she stopped talking, she's
Honey,
done.
come
As soon
open up
as I
and take
stopped
my
talking,
doggy. He's
when I was
napping.
telling my husband everything I wanted to tell him, he
Rocky,
was not listening. As soon as I stopped talking,
he
you
is
know how
so
he got a
mad.
divorce paper? He got a divorce paper in the street.
Rocky,
You know, woman, I
he
appear
is
a
so
sorry,
mad.
sorry in the street. Because I want your
Hmm.
one. When a woman stop talking, she stop talking. And you know what? Whether you get woman all day, you get woman, I care for damn hell. I don't care because I'm over that. Let a woman who want to sit there and I let my swanga, let her sit down there. I'm done. And I'm pleased. The woman right now, your friend wife, is talking to you and not listening. So she must sit down there and he be happy. What kind of work he doing so
But
much when you find out from that woman, he even giving her nothing extra. Can't talk about when he went and you tired to hold her. What's
what?
that?
I mean, see, he doesn't think that's
no,
too significant to the.
he tired to hold her outside,
Yeah.
but he tired
Uh-huh.
to school her in the room.
Uh-huh. But he will
I
still
mean,
want to eat that thing. He tired to eat the thing. But he
I
tired to
mean,
hold her outside. You're
I'm,
African men. Something wrong with you.
but look, I think the thing is,
Remember,
he
that's
doesn't.
what this is the wrong platform you came on to.
Yeah, let me tell you,
Get
like I tell
wrong.
people
I
now.
mean,
Like I tell
I
people
mean,
now. Oh,
hello, this
like
is
I
a
tell
great
the men
platform. I
now.
like it. That's what I came on because these are real life events. We're not talking
Exactly.
fiction. These are things
Yeah.
that happen to people in society. Breaks up and other things. But
Mm-hmm.
for him coming from an African background and
Oh, man, please,
especially
we are
especially a
African.
Liberian background,
We are African.
he doesn't think holding her in public the way she wanted it is significant to their
No, no,
relationship
no, no.
because
Brother said you brother said, you the one.
uh,
You even telling your friend the truth.
Okay,
You
Rana.
do not being a good friend.
So let me say something
You
here.
need to
Okay,
tell your friend the truth.
so
You not being a
let
good friend. You have
okay,
not
guys.
been a good friend
Rana,
because
let me
everything
say
you
that will
talking
bring
here,
you on.
it feels like you're supporting what he's saying. You need to tell your friend the truth. You need to tell
Okay,
your, it's
guys.
not funny. You need to
Okay,
tell your
guys.
friend the truth. That's why I tell the men now, what all in my inbox and waiting for them to go. Let me tell you something. I would rather be single and be
hmm,
happy than get in any damn relationship and be giving myself hard time. I'm not doing it. I will put it on the plate. You don't give me what I want. I will be single. Let me be single. In no way I'm making you happy. I can be happy. No way. You never said you're not a good friend. You need to
no,
tell your friend the truth.
I
I'm
think
telling you
So
that, bro. This is the table talk. We're
so
talking like
guys,
that.
let's
You
wrap
need
it
to
up.
tell your friend the truth.
Lena Diamond Bright, welcome. Rana Clitos, Allegan, welcome, guys. This is so hot. Rana said he wants to come on, so I'm gonna try and bring Rana on while we
yeah,
we
yeah,
we had
yeah.
it audio. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
so we're gonna bring Rana on, and River says, this is reality. That's why this show is all about the table talk. We talk
Yeah.
about things that are happening, and these things are killing marriages. Men are not recognizing things that they're doing to their wives, and wives are not recognizing things that they're doing to their husbands. You understand? It's the same. We talk about the whole social, our whole life. This is event that happen with young people marrying older people. There are some young guys that say they're young girl, and all they want weave. They want you to buy the expensive hair. There are some young boys that just love older women. There are just some older women that just love young boys, and it goes well. So these are things that are happening. So as the girls continue to argue with you and disagree with you, I will mute myself and get off and try and get Rana Clitter on the live as well. Thank you guys. So y'all go ahead,
Okay.
sis.
Okay. So so so
Like I
so
was
lady,
telling you, River said,
I
River
think
said, if your friend
yeah.
want to happy home, what it takes for him to take hold her hand so he can be happy. Why you making it? Look, there's a reason why the lady is saying that. 50 years, 50 years, and you even learn to hold your wife hands, yeah? Eh? What you want us to do?
But
Put the joke on a damn head and beat it? What you want? What the happy thing you want?
I think the women. I think one of the thing is, ladies. I think this is giving rise to feminism. Feminism in the highest level. I think. The women, so much of a woman dominance in society, which is good though. But when when so much pressure is being put on a man, like even
Oh
men
my
got their
God.
breaking points. Even
Oh
men got
my
their
God.
breaking points.
You call
When you
home yes.
when
You
you
call home your wife here. A wife of 50 years. You call that pressure? Look, what the
it's
African men, the Lord Jesus have mercy.
Okay, that's the time right here.
Are you kidding me? Are
but
you
I
kidding
mean,
me?
he as an individual, he saw it as
Look,
extra pressure from what he's probably going through in
oh,
his home. And they
credit.
go to party to relax, to chill out. And
No,
she
no,
is
no,
there,
no, no, no,
everybody
no, no,
sitting
no.
around, but she
Yeah.
wants to be held
The party,
affectionately.
what
And
relaxing?
he,
When you
you
go
know,
to party, what kind of relax you want to sit down in the corner and wait for a what? That what you that the place that to the party you want relax because you're looking at all the women. He got all the careful there around. He want a woman. Because you know
That's
what
all
you do.
it is. He's
You know
a
what
cheating
you
man.
you tell
He's
the
a
women that
cheating
say
man.
me and her in the room. Me and her in the room. Nothing cool going on. When you get outside now, you want the people to agree to it like nothing cool. And the woman you know. She teach her man all right, but in that public there, he not tell better people me or tell when I even sleeping together. That's why he distant from her.
He
He
distant.
want her to home. He better hold her hand. Look, oh Jesus, have mercy.
I mean, he's I mean,
He got you all worked up,
Yeah,
Jojo.
he got me worked up.
I
Start
mean,
talking about extra this and that. Are you kidding me?
Uh,
eh,
Reva says, let me tell you
yeah,
something about let me tell you something. You see, we women, like I will always say, when we invest in a relationship, we come in with our all.
yeah,
We are emotionally attached. That thing what God says, a man must love his wife as he loved himself and as Christ loved the church.
church,
It
yeah,
means volume. That alone should just be a man's thing to do on this earth. Okay? Because if God didn't want y'all to have women, he wouldn't have put y'all to sleep.
sure,
Y'all think y'all smart. You're not smart. I've been in a relationship like that before. Like I would go out and my partner would just leave me sitting and all over the place, embarrassing the crap out of me. Like, and you know what it does to a woman?
oh wow,
It diminishes your self-esteem. For the
Yes.
longest time, I used to feel like, am I ugly? Am I ugly? Why does my man don't want to identify with me? I'm not saying you can't sit down, kiss me, and rub me and do all that. When we go out, you come, baby, you okay? What you want? What you want me to bring for you? Rub my shoulder. Come on, baby, let's go. You taking me for that? Let's go meet this person. You holding my hand. When we're walking in, I'm just holding on to you just for balance. Those are not things for attention. Those are affection. When your partner is affectionate with you, it will show volume. And I'm glad today for the man God brought in my life. Let me tell you, I would say he's one of the best Liberian men ever. That man don't even have, I'm telling y'all, my husband, My husband, he should be a role model for your Liberian man, most of y'all.
Yeah,
Okay?
Chineke me.
And because he is one of a kind. And you
Thank
see
you.
me so with all my insecurities, with all my low self-esteem, that man sometimes I can sit and say, hey God, I need here today. That man tell me, baby, you beautiful every day. My low self-esteem I had is no more. I so trust this man, right? And I make him go to a party. I will not even call him. Where he at? That's what happens when a woman is not, when a woman is insecure and that man does not show that woman love, because that woman will start to question a lot of things in that relationship. She will start to have doubts about that relationship. She will start to think, well, this man gotta be cheating on me, because even when we go out, he cannot identify with me in public.
Okay,
And
guys,
then
let's
that's there
let's
with the problem.
let's go to some of our comments here, so our viewers who are not on cannot think we're neglecting them. What's going on here? I did not hear or see anything. So Thomas, I think, is one of River says friend.
Yep.
So Daconte says here 5 years, and he don't learn me. He is a total mumu, mumu la Liberian thing, mumu. So marriage is forever. Oh my God. And I say that today. Let me address some of the question, Randolph. Will come to you. Marriage is forever. You have to keep dating each other for as long as the marriage is there. Of course. That's why we said. And we have a diamond here, Linda Diamond. Liberian men need to be retrained, of course. Even a Ghana men need to be retrained.
African man as a whole, actually
African men
African
as
man
a
as a whole, because
whole.
they're not affectionate.
Yes. So to protect her also, when you out, she said, "Whoa!" It was some comment she was referring to. But Lina Dama Brana play yeah. That Dagonti said that's a stubborn mumu. 15 years, he has not learned yet. So my own lane for 21 years. He be about to be unmarried. 21 years. You can imagine. You think a woman want to stay in a
A
marriage for
little thing, or
21
you right,
years?
Linda, just a little thing that matters.
It's the little
Yeah,
things that matter.
Lina,
When I was
una
a birthday
21
girl, she
year.
didn't be
Lina,
expecting
una
anything of
21
me.
year. Now,
Ale une
question to you.
toto, and ale une toto.
Yeah,
Now, the una toto na so.
yeah.
21
21 years.
years, say you learn nothing.
You let nothing, you let nothing, you joking.
Maybe,
Wow.
yeah, maybe perception. Yeah, maybe perception too. When you go to places, your perception, oh, the man cheating. It's something that you can perceive. Like it's not
Oh,
perception
stop
are
it.
not
Oh,
reality,
stop
but
it, River says.
it's like what you
Well, let me
thinking.
finish with a comment. So all they want do is bust their nuts. Of course.
Hey, Allah.
Look, let me tell you something, River said.
The
You
last thing women want is the divorce, which of course, that's the last thing. So Rana Clitter, we are glad to have you on board. Rana is one of our viewer from Liberia, but he's a Ghanaian. And he's on here as well. So we give it to you, Rana. What you got to say about this? Because you're in Liberia, your network will soon start acting. Also, when people call from Liberia, we left for them to talk because their
Muku,
network. Mm?
don't disrespect our network here. We're good. So don't. So I think from our side is good evening and good afternoon or good morning on your side. Sincerely, I feel like Riverside is suffering in everybody's hand on the show because it looks like the ladies are dominating the conversation, and so he has nothing to kind of like nobody to even defend him. But let me say this right. I think this issue is vice versa, is on both ends. So if we categorize it only on the men's side, then we're making a very great mistake. The fact remains that being married is not a child's play, right? Women will tell us, oh, they don't cheat, they don't do this. Yes, it's a fact. But there are so many components that happen in a married relationship that some are unspoken of, right? Others are things that the ones that we take to people to listen, the ones we want them to hear. You understand? So it will be very unfair to the men when women or the panelists are so bent on trying to just push the blame to the men forgetting the fact that some of our sisters are doing worse off than what the guys are doing. It is true that, I mean, the typical African man want to have dominance, right? That is in the nature of the African man. He wants to be the one in charge. But times have changed a lot. So in this time and age, if you still behave like you are from 1965, then I don't think you're alive. Women need to be treated right, yes. Women need to be pampered. You need to give them that care and love. Make the woman feel that apart from her, there is no other person, right? And so when you do that, you will see that the woman also bring it. But it has come to a point where some women only do that because of what they are expecting from the guy. I mean, you guys are here. I mean, if you think what I'm saying, I want us to debate this. Some women do these things only because of what their expectations are. Marriage is one side. Do you know that people get married to men because of what the man has, not necessarily because they love the man? Sorry to say this, there are women who have never had orgasm.
We agree. We agree with that because what's
wait.
his name? River said that before. Yeah, we agree.
No, once the money is coming, they pretend and say everything is okay. I want to
But
see
rather how
women.
you go to the woman, you know how Ali you
Wait,
do that to you men and woman
wait,
can't.
wait. I'm saying that, let's face it, there is no way any of the panelists here today would tell me that they will not choose money over orgasm. They will do it. I want to see the single woman who said here, because what they will tell you is we can do it ourselves. There are a lot of things that are happening. Women have found ways to satisfy themselves, right? Instead of communicating to their husbands or to their partners, this is how I want it. This is what I feel better with. This is what I want you to do. Please go down on me. Some men will tell you going down on the woman is the wrong thing. I don't know about them, but the fact of the matter is, you have to be able to communicate
If
with
you
each other.
don't do that, the job is not completed. What are you talking about?
You see, so my point is, if we are here and we are this one-sided, I think we're doing ourselves injustice, because women do exactly the same things that the men do. And we are forgetting the reality on the ground. There are women in the US, there are women in Africa, there are women in Liberia, there are women in Ghana. The only thing they are looking out for is themselves. There are still guys out there who wants to get married, who wants to be really married. There are guys who wants to have a family. But do they have the right women to support them? They don't. So I think we are being too one-sided, pushing all the blames on the guys, forgetting the fact that there are some women who are only in for the money. So I want everybody to tell me here that what I'm saying is a lie.
No, but I stated it to him. Even when he brought up that some parents give their children to a rich man, whatever, I said it's true. Okay, it is true. What you say is true, but we're talking about majority of the time. And some of the women, it comes from the way the men have been treating them. They get to the point right now, they don't want to suffer with no man. Because you suffer the man, you bring him out, then he leave you again. So some of the women are taking their past relationship with them, which is not okay. And everything you said is true. Some women don't treat their men right or like that. But when we're talking about majority, the men are the one who usually do this. For example, you guys sitting over there, wear shave, wear clean up, or whatever. You know, the Bible says the man should love his wife. The man should care for his wife, love the wife like he cares for his body. Like he cares for his body. You don't want to go out there, someone like go in there the way a river says sitting now. Somebody just take a sister clean right one side here there. He will not like it. That's just how you take your woman. You know, care for the look when a man love his wife. Let's Christ love the church. Every respect you want. We women are just little to make up. You want us to lay down, you put your foot on us, we will. Just love her and care for us. And that's the one. Especially when the men know that what a lady like, oh, she love when we go on, I should hold her hand. I'm not holding her hand. You hear the saying, you not yet say, happy husband, happy home. You hear it before. Happy home. You want happy home? Your wife happy, everything set. The woman you want to do something set, you will make her happy. And I understand that our ladies, you do right. There are ladies that do a lot of things, but most of the time it comes from how men have been treating them. And that doesn't mean that she
Jojo,
changed her
I
character.
I agree with you on that, right? It shouldn't all. The thing is this: we keep saying this all the time is because of what men have done. You cannot say that everything that happens in a woman's life is only influenced by men. Then we're making a
I
big
never
mistake.
said that. I said some
So you
of the
said
women.
majority, and what is the proof that that is the majority? We have a perception, right?
Oh
That
no,
because
majority of the men treat that women like that. It's true. It's honest.
no,
You
no, that is
think
no.
you care the African mentality what the woman have to be, just
So
down
I
and
said
the men just dominating.
you are making a
And you
mistake.
can stand the fact that we're in a modern war.
Yeah, so I'm saying that you're making it. The reason I say you're making a mistake is what is the proof, right? You know why? When people speak, they speak based on their experience, right? Every human being narrates what they face. They narrate what they have experienced. So when you're talking about the opposite set, you will talk about the opposite set based on what you have experienced with the opposite sex. If you're talking about politicians, you talk about them based off on what you have experienced. We are not objective. Naturally, we are not objective based off on sentiments. You understand? A lot of us are not objective because based on my past experience or based on somebody else's experience. Do you know that some women would get at you purposely because a friend told her that, oh, this is what you did to somebody without even trying to find out what the reality is. So my point is, it is not only because of how men treat women, it's because on both ends, we have our shortfalls. Men will do a lot and yet still expect the woman to be there regardless of the mistakes we do. And yet still the women will do the same thing and also expect the man to accept. So my point is we can't be one-sided when we are discussing this
I
topic
think
We
because
are not one-sided, but honestly,
but
majority of the
Jojo,
time,
Muku,
majority of the
everybody has
time, the men get the
the
women that
men,
way. Honestly,
try to
it's
do this
true.
at the same
There are
time.
some women who do stuff. Oh, it's true though. But the men, most of the time, I know some women just do it. Some women like that. Some women frisky. Some women rule. Some women attempting or whatever. But majority of the time, a lot of the men get these women somewhere like that. I will tell you the
I
truth.
think I
No,
think I
I will
think
not.
I think you know I think I think women in modern days now are overusing the scripture of woman love, men loving their wife like Christ loved the church, forgetting to know that there were even limitations of for what women could do in the Bible, to the very Bible that tells you that. But then, like the
But
brother
if
said,
you the
let's flip this.
limitation, you should do what God said.
I, let's flip the coin around. When women are in higher area, say if that lady was a CEO, say they went to her, my friend's situation. Let me flip it around to say she was a boss of a company and maybe they're having a little get together and stuff and things. Her action might have been different. When women are the breadwinners, and this is psychologically and socially proven, when women are the breadwinner, their attitude tends to change, their behavior in relationship, their dominance take over. They become the matriarch in the society. I mean, in the home. Most time you will find out that the man is very limited in his decision making. A lot of time the man is being seen as husband and other things. That is proven. That's something that is recorded. It's been there. So a lot of time when you guys up there, you have changed the status of the society. You have changed the status of the relationship. You have become dominant. Oh, I'm the one doing this, and all your friends going to know that you are the one that the boss for this company. And this man, he probably like a warehouse worker, or maybe he lost his job and he taking care of the womb. But then you got, you got to take on that role. So I think as much as I'm in favor of women empowerment. Don't get me wrong. I got, I love women, taking higher role. But a lot of time you got your perception change, your attitude change. So when you're trying to blame the man because the man, maybe he did it because at the point he felt that, well, it wasn't necessary at that time, because as far as he know, he loves his wife. They've been together. They do a lot of time with their family and things, going all in public and being kind of publicly affectionate. Maybe he did not really think it was necessary. But women, on the other hand, she would do things when she's up there and she will have no remorse. She will feel like, I have to do it because I'm the this and that. So I think
And
A
Reverend
lot
said,
of
let
I
it
times.
think
eat. Like
I
Reverend said,
differ
let me
with
come in
you.
one mentor, let me
I
talk.
differ.
It is
I
true.
differ. I
They
differ. I
got
differ
some
with you.
women out there. It is true. Some women out there, when they are high up there, honestly, they will act that way. Yeah. But again, there are some men don't want to understand the problem because she up there. For example, she working, she doing everything. She call you, say, "Oh, babe, can you make me rice or whatever?" Then you start thinking who she thinks she is because she thinks she up there. She's the boss now, so I'm gonna make her food. The thing that you're here to all tell us to do, and we're waiting to do it. But the woman up there, when she asks you to do it, then you come in to say, why is she telling you that? Well, if the woman is up there and running and doing everything, you should be able to do the other little things too. And I think the men equal so much that they feel like if the woman up there, she shouldn't ask or she should continue to do the same thing. And I know that as some women who rather up there, they are rather rude to their husband. They are disrespectful. It is very true. But your men, honestly, you're so sensitive. If the woman up there and she's up there, she's doing all the working, you don't want her out up there. Can you do the laundry? Then you're
Can I
like, look at her. She told
can
me
I
to do the laundry.
can I come in for
Why
a
is she
minute?
telling me to do her laundry?
Josephine, even though like some women, you said that some women are very rude to their husband. Let me tell you, a woman will treat a man the way she wants to be treated at first. You find a woman treating her man, her husband, her boyfriend the way she wants to be treated, and then she will treat him the way he treats her. Sometimes a lot of men is because of a woman being disrespectful to her, to him rather.
And that's a saying
Happy
that a man will do to a woman what she allows. If you allow disrespect, he's gonna give you disrespect. If you allow, abuse, he's gonna abuse you. It's what you bring. It's what that person. It's what you put out there. It's what that person gonna give back to you. It's
Yeah.
like it's like that energy kind of thing. And let me address what he says about the Bible and how women have. Look, women were the most influential people in the Bible. When we go, if we will go biblically, from Esther to Deborah to all of those Mary. Those were influential women of the Bible, and we are very, 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 very smart when it comes to how we deal with our husbands. Look, what God says, man, love your wife as your own self, because no man would not it would hate himself. You guys will do whatever it is to please yourself, to make yourself happy. Now when you are when you are in a marriage, that is where you're going to extend that love to your wife, because now the two have become one flesh. You are not doing on the phone. You are not doing anything separate. You are doing it together. So it comes your emotions, the way you think, the support, all the finances, everything now is one. Okay, so you cannot say you are a married man and you're gonna be happy going out without your wife, or when you go, or when you do go out, you are extinct from her. You like separated from her. It's like you don't want to be identified with her. There's no way, because if you love your wife should be your pride and your dignity. That woman should be at your utmost, it should be up there. So to reflect you, for you to, what you would put out there is how people would think and know who you to be. So let us stop saying that women, even though we're women, we got our issues. Like I said, we are emotional. Before we even leave a marriage or a relationship, we have exhausted everything. We have given, we have done everything we feel in our power that can help save that relationship or that marriage. But then again, it does not happen. So we are out. I'm on the phone. So we are out. So a woman does not go into a relationship or a marriage for a short-term thing. It's a long term. And if
Hmm.
our men can just understand how to deal with us, because let me tell you, a woman we already know what our men like. We already know how to deal with our men. Okay, your husband, you it's something you study. You already know, you already have that conclusion about the partner that you have with you. But if only a man can say, you know what, my wife, nothing pleases her. Then when I wake up in the morning and say, baby, I love you, that woman will have the biggest smile on her face for the rest of the day. Anytime you ask that woman to do something, she will not hesitate. Because why? Her husband is showing her affection, what she desire. So y'all don't make it seem like women have problems just to be out there wanting more attention, or be attention seekers. No, it's not that. I said I'm on the phone. Stop.
Hello. So, so I think a lot of women come out of relationships broken, right? We have a lot of broken men and women out here. So a lot of them carry the experience they had in the past relationship into the
I'll
new
be
one.
right back. I'll be right back, people. Please.
We have to try to learn. I mean, we have to try to unlearn most of the things that we experienced in the past relationship. Once you carry forward your experiences in the previous relationship, definitely it will affect the new one. A lot of people pretend it's all right. I will heal over it. I will get over it. Trust me. People are grieving. I mean, they are really broken. They are looking for people to just speak up and share their problems with, right? And yet still they put up the face in public and make it look like, oh, it's all bread and butter. So I mean, some of these things happen based off on the fact that I mean a lot of us have not been able to heal out of the experiences we've had in the past. And once you're not healed, you carry the pain, the hurt to the new relationship. It's gonna take forever. And if that partner doesn't have the patience, then the same issue continues, right? So we have to be very honest with ourselves. Like I know that a lot of people want it's all the man. Everything is the man, is the guy. But trust me, go to some homes and you will come to realize that the way we portray ourselves out there, or the way some relationship portray themselves out there, is not even half or a quarter of what it is that is happening in their homes, right? So, I mean, it would be unfair to tell ourselves that it's just a one-sided story. If relationship issues can be in the open, hmm, hmm, so marriages will not exist. Honestly, they wouldn't exist. So we have to face it. It's not just the men. Sorry, I have a little bit of cold in. So it's not only the men, right? It's on both ends.
I agree 100% with you. I mean, to say it once it does not make noise. It takes two to have conflicts in a home, and but I know most of, and when I speak, I'll speak based off of me. I'm a very emotional person. I am. I'm very sentimental, very sensitive as well. So it'll be beneficial if your partner can understand the person that they have and be able to deal with that person based off of those things. And yes, you are
And
right.
the Ghana guy is really speaking. Everybody talking about the Ghana guy speaking. The man
Yeah,
named Ghana guy.
he's
The
doing
man name
good.
is the man name is Randolph. We're talking
Randolph
about
is
African
good.
men.
Yeah, Randolph is really good. He's bringing up really good insights on here. I mean, it's just like, let's say, relationship is all about communication, and once you have a good communication, you guys can talk about all the things that is destroying the relationship. Come to a common ground and understanding to be able to know how to fix it. And like I tell people, before you throw it in the towel, try to go and seek counseling. Counseling helps where you cannot see it, or the two of you cannot agree on those issues. Somebody neutral can tell you, hey, you at this fault, you at that fault, and be able to work it out before. Plus, divorce should be, I mean, marriage should be a lifetime thing. Yes, but it's so hard in
Yeah,
our society.
marriage should be a lifetime thing, but sometimes it's just not. Situations and things that people go through causes splits and divorce. Now not everybody goes, like I said, into a marriage or relationship and wanting to divorce. Everybody, most especially, we go into a relationship with our hearts, and I believe men go into the relationship with love too and hearts. But things happen. Situation arises that both of you cannot handle, so for that reason, you call it a quit. And one thing with the world that we're living in, we always talk about mental health. If you try, it's not working, you don't have to stay there and die in it. And I tell people, I know sisters who are die from stress in their marriages, who has been so stressed out about marriage, people who I have talked to about a relationship, and the next day I heard say, oh, they went to sleep, they died, from the stress and stuff like that. So, but this is a great topic, and this platform would really love to have a lot of people on. These are things that are affecting our communities. These are things that we have to talk about to electing the mass of people. There are people out there who going through this situation and need answer and need solution to it. So as we come on our platform and not shaking tables and breaking legs, but trying to electing the minds of our people, this is really awesome. And we love to have you guys, Randolph. We really
Yeah,
love to have you guys once in a
Muku,
while to give us your experiences.
Muku, let me say something here, right? There's a lot of cross-cultural marriages happening around here, right?
Hmm.
To be honest with you, to lay, I mean, so I would say the fact that I'm naturalized Liberian, but I'm just telling you that where I'm coming from. I'm a born-bred Ghanaian, a typical traditional Ghanaian, right? Now, um, it is not easy to be this perception of people from Ghana or other countries don't marry women from other countries has
Hey,
been a
Mario, I'm from Liberia.
yeah. Let me I talking a mama has been a has been a big topic, especially in most African countries, especially Liberia, because I've lived my life almost like 14 years in Liberia, and I'll tell you one thing, right? It takes a lot to kind of throw away what we knew to be how a wife and a husband to behave to be able to get married in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It takes a lot to be able to accept certain things because you want to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the cultural setting in Liberia is completely different as compared to Ghana. There's a vast difference between the way marriages are managed. Okay, there's a big difference. For you to get married, you have to communicate with parents. The parents in some part of Ghana, the parents have to see the woman. They have to spend some time with her. They need to get to know her. There are so many things that you have to be able to go through, right? But there are parents who will tell you once it makes you happy,
Mm-hmm.
you have my blessing. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say I was blessed to have that opportunity, but take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't an easy journey to try to unlearn the way I knew and perceived marriage. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that my dad was an evangelist, basically he's no more, but that gave me a different option, a different understanding on like trying to allow Christian principles to overshadow, I mean, what I've seen done in my family, right?
Mm-hmm.
From a place where you have a chiefdom, like you
Mm-hmm.
from a royal space where people have to do things certain way, people have to speak certain way, they have
Mm-hmm.
to respond in a particular way. So let me share an experience when I came to Liberia. You stupid, it was just a but I, that I'm telling you, it wasn't an easy conversation, right? It was difficult for me to accept that a lady would look at me and tell me, "You stupid." You know, that's not but as if I said that I more than any other person right now,
Mm-hmm.
because I have come to accept that this is how the people here behave. This is how they
Mm-hmm.
live. I'll tell you one
Mm-hmm.
thing: take it or leave it. There are matured men out there. There are very committed men out there. But the question is, do we have those women who are ready to make wives?
Mm-hmm.
Muku, you've been to Liberia, I mean, a couple of times. I don't know how many times you've been here, but the stories on Facebook, the statements around, I'm telling you, I need to be very honest. Today, it will be hard for you to find a wife material.
Somebody told me that he was like, "Oh, I'm looking for a woman." So I said, "There's no woman in Liberia," and he was like, "Girl, please, there's Liberian girl in here." you know, the
No,
Liberian girl in here. I said, "But what makes the Liberian girl different from the one abroad?" You
have
know,
you heard? Have you heard me? The one that I brought the worst.
hey, me, stop that thing, man.
No, listen. You see, there's something that we are kind of forgetting. It is true that the social impact the social impact in the US has
Mhm.
changed the way a lot of people behave.
Mhm.
You understand? The
Mhm.
woman is contributing something to the home. The man is also contributing something to the home. So a lot of duties have to be shared across board, right? Which for me, I don't have any problem with that. Are you
Mhm.
getting my point? Now, the most important part of this conversation is,
Mhm.
as matured as all of us are,
Mhm.
in the space where your wife is providing for the home, like your wife is contributing and you
Mhm.
are also contributing, would
Mhm.
you allow your ego to
Hmm.
come down where you also contribute some of the house chores? Help her do some of the things. It's just normal. It just makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
if we are all putting heads together, even
Mhm.
if all of you are not putting heads together, there's a
Mhm.
role for a man. Like, it's not just you sit down and the woman does everything, right?
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
not saying this because we are on social media, but I'm speaking to you out of the way I know it to be done. So
Mhm.
it will be interesting to know that most of our ladies in the US, sorry to be very particular,
Mhm.
most of our ladies in the US,
Mhm.
they overemphasize the fact that they are contributing to the home. They
Mhm.
over elaborate the position to understand that um it's good for the guy to help you, but sometimes it becomes a problem because you're going out and your woman is coming in. I mean, you hardly see. Make time
You
at
got
least that.
you got weekends so we see you. We
Yes,
can be your
Sunday.
husband. You can be sitting there flipping
Wait,
channel waiting for us to can cook.
that's what I'm
Let me,
saying.
let me come in small. Let a man take a break. I tell you, sit down small. Let me talk. I'm tired of this thing. This thing you talking, you trying to rush Chicago and say majority. Oh yeah, even the women. No, it's not true. It's because you're the men, the African men, don't want to get the reality of this new life or the new century where the men have to help equally like the women. Because during those days, all you were thinking about the woman should be the one to do everything in the home. And the reason you see even the American women are worse is this because in America here the women are working and the men are working. But the men still want the women to take care of the home and do everything, even though she working, you working. And that's the reason I bring in the problem. Okay? If you are working and a woman working, why you can make something? Why can you cook? What can you sweep? What can you do something? Why the both of you working and you come home early and you waiting for the woman to come and make you food? And then when the
I think
woman told that she refused to do that, then she take the American ways. You're the man causing the problem. Even in the
no,
Africa where they say, oh, the women are here now, they're not easy. Oh, it's because they want the women to be honoring them. And the women
Jojo,
not doing that no more. The
Jojo,
women want you guys to do the same. You do
Jo-
laundry, I do laundry, we clean, we clean. And you want
Jojo,
to be the man up there. You want to be the
no,
man up there, but you don't even know how anything gets done in the home. The children
Jojo,
are even raised the thing that they learn, they're learning majority of the time. Majority of the time, the children are learning it from their mom. Even the boys. Yeah, you see the wife are taking the boys for haircuts. You see the women are taking the boys to buy their clothes. Yeah, the men just feel that they should work and come home. And that what you're thinking that the women now they're not easy. That's the reason the men talking about in
so
Liberia.
Jojo, I
Yeah,
said this,
because they still want the
I,
women to just be honoring them and they don't show love.
Jojo, that is
Jojo,
completely.
whatever, Jojo.
Listen, let me say this to you, right? I feel like, sorry to say this, I feel like some of the things we're saying, everybody is speaking out of their personal experiences, right?
No, it's
Um,
not no personal experience.
can
I'm
I
talking generally. I'm
can I
talking
finish?
generally. It's not
Can I
no
finish?
personal experience.
Can
It
I
has
finish?
nothing to do with personal
Okay,
experience.
granted. So
Mm-mm.
let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. Majority of the times when we want to narrate or speak on issues, our experience influences the things we say. You can receive, if we want to speak on topics, right? I 100 like 95% of the time, our experiences influence the things we say. So I'm not wrong when I say a lot of us are speaking based on our experiences, right? Let me say this to you. It is not all the men that have that perception that even as we are contributing, or we are all contributing to the management of the home, I don't have to do anything. It is not all the men.
And I know that it's not all the men. Like
Okay, so
I
let me
said
come in.
majority. And it's
Yes, so I'm
majority.
saying, so that's why I'm saying that. Look, you might not know the kind of life some young
Your phone is broke. His phone already giving problem.
Yeah, he will come. He will come back
It's
in.
Africa now. The people tired that they're taking the internet from him.
And that's a sad thing because the internet over there sucks.
And sometimes, like, let me just go. And sometimes the woman might be the one who doing everything, and she might not feel it. In my first marriage, I was married for 13 years. My husband working, like he do work, but outside of the house. He would do everything outside. He was the provider. He never wanted me to work. He wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom. I didn't want that. I wanted to work. But if anything breaking in the hall or something broke or whatever, he will fix it. But he's not the one you will see him washing dishes or go and sweep the place. He was not the one, and I understood that because he will out. He will do any of the outside work when you call him, and he will provide from whatever, whatever. So I understood that. It's just the understanding, you know. But the way some of the men do it, they make the way so disrespectfully that it caused problem. I knew my husband would not come home and want to wash the dishes. He was not that member. If the toilet broken, he would see after if this, he would do this. If that for the children, he would go to the school, he would do and other things he can't do. And I cover that part.
Yeah.
There are things I say he got to wash laundry. If I understand he don't like to do laundry, cover up for other parts. Just let's just meet somewhere. And that's the problem the men are having problem with now, because they still believe in that thing, but we all working. How you come home early and the woman come home, you come home maybe 4 or 5 hours and you're waiting for her to come and prepare something for you to eat.
Yeah.
Order something. We have to learn how to treat, and then when they go and marry the white woman, whatever, then the treat them totally different.
Yeah. That's
Totally different. I got one of my friends who gave a wife out and they were married for 7 years. He get that girl out and he will not eat out, he will not do nothing. They finally got married, a divorce. The white woman he married, he cannot bring the African food in the house because it smells.
Wow.
So he be asking us, oh my man, you cook something, I bake it, maybe give me something. When he came home, he can't eat it because
I will
it's
tell you,
food.
I said no, go eat American food.
Yeah, that's what I said. They can eat African food, he carry home, he can't eat it in the house because the woman was smelling. So whatever way he carry, he will just eat it like that and spray. But you think he will do that? He will be respectful like that with his wife? No. But you're married American, now he's giving her all the respect. When you have a woman, what was chopping from one end to another, not to say he said that and say
That's
it.
what they can do.
He
Yeah.
says it. He regret every minute.
Yeah, look at what say. They told me what we finish well. Like you can't bring oil today or 50-50 because one
Not because you know we're talking
equality.
about not because we're talking about what he's saying. He had brought it down to the 50-50. Nobody wants to be. There's no equality when it comes.
We're not talking about 50-50.
Because
We're
There's
just
no
talking
equality
about
when it comes to the marriage.
I don't even
But
want
anyway,
no.
guys,
Let me tell you something, River said. No man will tell me about 50-50. You looking for 50-50 woman, go find
we
her.
had a topic here. We got 14,000 views on this topic.
50-50. You the man of the home and I'm your helper. Okay? Ain't no 50-50. So take it from there. And I think when you come out, talk about the man, all day he can't tired to test the woman, but you want to eat something.
Check it out. I hit the one.
He the one. River said he barking all the wrong thing.
You can't back all the wrong thing. But anyway, guys, thank you for the time. We had an amazing time. Almost 12 o'clock. Rufus Devon Connors got married today, guys. I couldn't wait. I was waiting for the picture to come so I can post it, but we'll post it next week. He said to me, he said, now when I'm talking on the show, I will be talking with experience.
Have you seen my wife? Me and my wife?
Yeah, my wife. So that's why Rufus is not here today, because he got married today. I'm so happy for him.
Congratulations, Rufus.
Marriage is a beautiful thing if you find the right person and you're
Find the
working.
right person.
Honey.
Never say Nemo.
My sister
But then
Honey
you
is
knew
so
her
happy.
story. You knew her
My,
story.
I'm so happy for her. Anybody can find love, and once you love the person, I tell people when the marriage is not working, get out. You don't have to stay there. Your mental health is very important. You can't stay there. Your hair be dropping from your head. Didn't know what happening to you.
You.
So if it's not working, you just sit and talk about it and move on. If children there, you just talk on best. It's not about you. It's not about the child or the children. It's about how best you can take care of them and move on.
Mhm.
That's life. The people say we move. So that's it. But guys, thank you for being a part. Thank you to Ranoff. I know Liberia Network 2G not bringing him back on, but you guys are amazing. We had an amazing time, and we're looking forward to complete this topic next week, and we'll bring a different topic. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. Everybody who participated, we ask that you please share the live broadcast and share our pages, okay? And honey, we are always honored to have you. Me and Jojo always honored to have you, and we're praying that we'll go above and beyond. We try, and Rufus is now on Love FM, so hopefully by the grace of God we'll be airing on radio soon, which we're going to be working on all of that like we used to be on Spoon TV. So but it's a beautiful thing, and we want to reach to the point that we'll be able to, like, get people counsel, people who work on the marriage, get sick. Sometimes you're so stressed out in the marriage, you just need time. So we want to get to the place that we will pay for somebody to just go for a weekend getaway. So when we come and say, yeah, please send our cash app, we'll start posting starting for next week. We'll start posting. Marriage love is a beautiful thing. Anything we can do to help ourselves and help our brothers and sisters out
I've
there.
been thinking, I got to you, Muku. I've been thinking that I get my divorce and paper. What country I want to go to? Check, relax, check. And just see that.
If a woman is happy to get a divorce, you can imagine what she
I'm
been.
telling
Oh
you,
yeah.
I can't wait for that paper.
You can imagine what she been going through. People
And
don't.
look,
Some
it's
people don't
about
understand.
it's not even so much of what, but sometimes you know that divorce is not a good thing, but some divorce is a blessing. My divorce would be a blessing, so I'm happy to get out.
And then
You know,
sometimes when it's not working, what you do, you separate for a while, and two of you be apart and say, well, maybe if I sit there, say, oh, I think my husband was right. If you miss that person and say, oh, this is
Reflection.
this,
Reflection.
yes, just reflect on everything over the years. Sometimes separation is okay, divorce is okay. What is not okay is to sit in a marriage or relationship and be emotionally abused.
Yeah.
Emotionally, to be abused emotionally, that thing can kill you. Mental health is a serious thing. It's a
well,
serious.
River, so we enjoy you coming on. Come again
Look forward
anytime.
to seeing
It
you
was
next
great.
year.
It is okay to always come and give your view. We okay with that. Even if we don't agree with you, that's what the show for. We will agree and disagree, but we love having you and thanks for your input.
And I am your host and Moko Oloma Agu, and
Thank you, ladies. I'll see you next week.
All right then,
give,
bye
give,
bye. I'm
give your
leaving
closing submission now. You ain't giving your closing submission. You're just running. You're running, going.
because we passed over our time. I
It's
think.
almost
Well,
3 hours, my dear. Hmm.
We love you guys. Thank you, Kama King.
thank
This
you
is the
guys.
Let's
Come
Talk
again,
About
come
It with
again. We love
Moko
you
next
guys. Thanks for
week.
the support, the
Bye.
comment,
That
It was good
topic,
everything.
chatting.
Riverside Bikini or Riverside Pro, if you got topic you want us to talk about, just drop it in my DM and we'll talk about it, brother. You want to come
Yeah.
on next week? We'll be glad to have you. Till death do us part. Not all marriages, till death
Now
do
all
us part.
marriage got to go to death to your part. When the marriage is healthy, the death to your part. When we say healthy, that means you will fight, but at least you're understanding now.
They
When someone
understand that
mistreating you to
love.
your grave, you can't
Love
say
and
something
respect.
to grave. Mm-mm.
Bye bye. Round of Clinton, we're glad to have you. The Ghana man. Y'all clap for our Ghana boy. Bye, everybody. Bye
Bye.
bye.